Hello and welcome in to Shmokin Hot Takes. Drama queen Patrick Mahomes missed his monthly payment to the refs and threw a fit. Playing QB in the NFL apparently isn't that hard, as 7 backup quarterbacks won games this week. And is Zach Wilson or Tommy DeVito the king of New York? We're talking all things NFL Week 15. Plus, stick around for more details about our first giveaway. Let's get smoking. Smoking. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in to Shmokin Hot Takes. And I'm back here with Coop and Kato.
Hey.
The OGs are back, baby.
We're finally back together.
That's right.
All in person.
I'm back.
All in person. And it feels great. Well, it doesn't feel great. Because I missed the playoffs in our fantasy group.
Oh. Yep.
The King's dead.
Two-time.
The King is
The
dead.
Two-time, and
Hear ye.
by the way, there's an asterisk on
No.
that two-time.
Yeah, definitely.
No asterisks.
If Shiplet is listening, he would
He's not listening. He's not listening. Yeah, you guys both made it in, which is awesome.
That's
Congrats
right.
to you guys.
I think there wasn't a worry on our end most of the season, right?
No, not at all.
You guys were breezing.
Not even
Both
A little
you,
bit, yeah.
you guys and my girlfriend were kind of both breezing through
Yeah.
this season.
Yeah.
But now it gets real. Well, not
It
for us.
does.
I still have the week off. But,
We just had to make it through. You know, get into the playoffs, then that's where the luck really comes in, you know?
yeah.
So,
Yeah,
Some
man.
of us need it more than others.
are you looking at me?
I am.
My team's stacked, baby. I will say, that Tank Dell trade, you're probably glad you didn't take it now.
Yeah, you know, I take no joy from it. But yes, I think I've officially won
Officially,
the
like,
infamous no trade.
I know.
The infamous no trade.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think we're thinking about doing a new league
That's right.
next year with us 3 plus 9 or 11 or
More.
29 other.
Oh, you're talking
other
about
people.
Listener League, huh?
Listener League, yeah.
Wow, that'd be fun.
That would be fun.
So, $1,000 buy-in. And then the winner gets a quarter of Shmokin Hot Takes, the company.
That's right.
Wow.
You know, just use all your winnings from C-Dub's locks to enter in
Yeah.
to our fantasy league.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Should come out to about 1,000.
Yeah, I think that's about reasonable.
Yeah.
I've made more than that already. Make sure to follow, rate, subscribe on Spotify. Check out the YouTube. We're posting there. Do it now, or I'll kill you. And check out Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, and all that. Shmokin Hot Takes.
That's right.
And then a little business. I guess we're gonna call it business. So we're doing our first ever Shmokin Hot giveaway because it's the Christmas season and we're feeling nice.
Feeling like
and
Santa Claus.
Generous and grateful to the smokers out there. So basically how this works is you can win we're saying a hoodie.
I thought it was
hoodie
of
since
their
it's cold.
choice.
Since it's cold out. People need to stay warm, you know, in their Shmokin Hot gear. So
Sure.
say a hoodie from the merch store, the Teespring. And all you have to do to enter this giveaway, it's very simple. There's 4 steps. many of which you may have already completed. First, you gotta follow the pod on Spotify. Second, you have to rate the pod, 5 stars preferably. Honestly, if
Be
you
honest with us, but
if you go
Or
lower,
else.
then your chances decrease of winning. Where you only get 80% if a 4-star and
So on and
proceeds
so
more.
forth.
And so on and so forth. Third, subscribe to the YouTube. That's all you gotta do. Just subscribe. And then on the platform you listen to, so Spotify, YouTube. I don't know if Apple has comments. I never checked that. So preferably Spotify or YouTube. Just leave a comment. Leave us a comment for your Shmokin Hot Take. And that way, once you leave the comment, we'll know that you've done everything else. I guess we're playing on the honor system.
Yeah, nobody's
here.
going to abuse that.
But if I see, I'm gonna be looking at every single comment. If I see you're not on YouTube, then out of the race. And then we're gonna put all of y'all on a wheel or something, and we'll spin it. It's random. And,
Yeah. We might do a little post for that on Instagram. We'll
Yeah.
do
Yeah,
a
we
wheel
better.
post.
I
Yeah.
mean, I think we're gonna need to remind everyone of those 4 very simple steps. But,
It is
Very
simple.
simple.
You know, you
It is simple.
Still gotta remember him. So.
And I'm thinking we'll announce it probably on the podcast that follows Christmas, the first one we do after Christmas.
Sure.
Whether it's that Tuesday or the following Tuesday
We'll have to
or
figure that out.
Monday is the New Year.
Christmas. Oh,
Sorry.
and the following Monday
So,
is New Year.
that's right.
Yes.
We got a lot going on.
Maybe we'll do a live Shmokin Hot Takes.
Ooh, at
11 p.m. going up to New Year's Eve.
Maybe.
Or New Year's Day. But anyways, that's it. That's all you got to do. There's some cool stuff on there. My personal favorite is the Shmokin Hot Takes, just simple logo across the chest, designed
I wonder why that's your favorite.
by me. But you get what you want.
To be fair, there's not a lot on there right now.
Not a lot on
next year, there's going to be even more. So stick around, huh?
Yeah, once we get that hot NFL Players Association deal, we
Yeah.
have all the rights. We can make all the Dak Prescott shirts.
That's right.
Yeah, I mean, I'll probably buy them all, so we'll see if there's any left in stock. But
All right, let's talk football, boys. Let's talk football. Big news that happened this week. We lost Herbert, rest of the season.
Rip.
The guy.
that might be the only thing that brings down what I thought was a perfect fantasy team I've assembled. Now I'm without a quarterback, so
Yep. If you're in our league, go snag one.
or not.
This isn't gonna be out. This isn't gonna be out
not.
tonight.
That's right.
No one's gonna be listening.
Hopefully,
to
if you're in a league, you'll notice I snagged all of them.
this. Yeah. And then we lost Gino, groin, rip the groin, and
He's out
hopefully
for the
he'll
year?
no,
No.
be back. He'll be back hopefully next
It'll
season.
be a couple
Although or
weeks.
next week, not next season.
Okay.
Although I'll be fine if Drew Lock.
I can see
continues.
one more week
I
of
can see
Drew.
him destroying the Eagles. Maybe a little hint for later.
Ooh. I like that.
Destroying the
Destroying the Eagles.
The Eagles
That might be a there might be a double clue.
I mean,
there.
the Eagles are kind of prone to being destroyed. Lately.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, seriously.
yeah, we'll talk. I mean, we'll talk about it. We'll talk about the Eagles.
Yeah.
I want to crap on them. Any other big news injuries that we had over the weekend? I don't think so.
I think I tweaked my ankle a little bit.
Yeah,
I'll be out for
yeah, I actually did
a week.
sprain my back.
Did you?
Yeah,
What'd you do?
I was playing Smash too hard.
that happens.
You know what I mean?
God damn.
Okay. All right. Let's talk about our Shmokin Hot Takes from last week. How we did. I'll go first. So, because my game was on Thursday night, so I knew mine right away.
Yeah.
So I called for no offensive touchdowns to be scored during the Steelers and Patriots game on Thursday night,
You got zapped,
and
baby.
I got zapped. I got trash biscued.
Yep.
They put up so many points. I think they blew out the over.
Yeah, just in the first half, I think.
Yeah.
So.
So that was incredible.
Yeah.
It was a bold take. It was
They
a
always
spicy take.
They always are.
I thought maybe going a different route would provide me more success, and it did not. It did not. So
Yeah, I've noticed that we early on we did all these player props and stuff, and then we started moving into how teams do, and mine was something similar. I got 2 pick sixes by the Cleveland Browns defense on C.J. Beathard. Well, guess what, folks? C.J. Beathard was not on the field. He was on the sidelines. Trevor Lawrence was not supposed to play this, but he did have 3 interceptions.
Yeah.
He probably
So,
shouldn't
I
have
don't know.
played.
It kind of looked like that was C.J. Beathard dressed up in a Trevor Lawrence jersey.
He
out
put
there.
the wig
He put a wig
on, you know.
That was have you ever seen those YouTube videos where the old quarterbacks they get dressed up and they go to the
Oh,
college?
yeah, I saw,
and it's
like-
a walk-in.
yeah, yeah.
Eli did one.
Jared Goff has done one.
Yeah, Goff did one.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I think happened
funny.
there. Except
I think so.
opposite was
Yeah.
Beathard dressed up as T-Law.
I think you look at this game, it's like, well, I guess we're not getting into the game yet, but why was he playing, first off,
That shocked me when I think I looked at fantasy that morning and I saw he was still projected to get some points, and I was like, this must be a mistake.
You know what pissed me off?
Yeah, what did C-Dub say about this?
Evan Ingram's got 2 touchdowns for some
Woo!
reason.
I I was starting him against you in Dynasty.
Yeah,
I got them.
I got pooped on in
you got
Dynasty this
smoked.
week. So
Got me into the
rematch this
playoffs.
next week though.
Got me into the playoffs.
Rematch, baby. My team's gonna be back.
Dude, my team's
feeling fierce.
Have you looked at my matchups?
No, I don't
They're
really care.
horrible.
Like for
And
you,
I don't have Herbert. I lost Herbert.
Oh, I'm sorry, buddy.
So
You got the Riddler though.
They are bad. Like all against top 3 teams in that defensive category.
Honestly, that's a perfect storm for you to just pop off again.
It could be.
You're gonna expect them
Some
to
of
be
them are a
so
little more
bad.
sus. The Browns are definitely a little more sus right now. They've been getting a lot of points.
Yeah.
So we'll see. But
Regardless,
all right,
K-Dog,
K-Dog, let's hear
what
it.
you got?
Yeah, so mine was with the Bills and Chiefs game. I predicted that game would go to overtime, and the Bills would win with a Josh Allen touchdown to avenge that loss from a couple years ago. And it did not go to overtime, unfortunately, although it was a close game, three-point game, and the Bills did win. Good game for Josh Allen, but ultimately did not hit this one. C-Dubs also had a pick in this game. He predicted his was contingent on the Bills losing, and then he said that Sean McDermott would get fired. So,
reverse.
I guess
curse.
we'll give him a pass for that. I mean, we will never know. We'll never know.
Dude, that offense has looked pretty damn good since they got a new OC. I think it's
safe to say that McDermott has kind of saved himself at least till the end of the season.
I think by firing his OC, and they're actually putting up points now, I think they'll be fine. Like he'll go through the season.
Yeah, I think so too.
Unless who else do they play? Unless they play you can't fire a head coach when you're probably going to make the playoffs. It's too late. I mean, they're making the playoff push. I think he's there to stay. They just mess up. I mean, they basically give up.
Yeah, and they got the Cowboys this week. So
yeah.
Oh, that's gonna be such a good dude. There's some. I almost just want to skip the recap because there's actually some bangers this week. And we got
something to look forward to.
We got Saturday football now.
That's right.
Which is kind of hype.
You can get hella drunk. I was gonna say a different word. And watch football and be fine the next morning to watch more football.
Do you guys like Saturday football?
Yeah. Let's go. Let's party.
Yeah. I don't like it as much as Sunday football, to be honest. But
well, Sunday football just has a different vibe, It's
because I feel like if I have more than 3 beers while watching games on Sunday, I feel bad about myself.
Yeah, because you got Monday coming.
Then I'm like, God, I got to get up for work and be.
But Saturday, it's just hey, go. Reins are off, man. Let's go.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
You can
and what's the Saturday game this week?
I think there's 2, right?
There's 3. Capped off by a big one.
I don't think
Lions
they're any
Broncos.
Ooh.
We might hear about that.
I didn't even mention that intro. We got LionsFan42069, BroncosFan42069 coming on.
Oh, what a coincidence that they both have 42069.
Yeah, that is odd.
Why do they do that?
I think they both find their QBs their head coach is very attractive. Yeah. Dan Campbell is very. I mean, wouldn't you? I mean, I would. Actually, that's not me saying that, but I think.
I'm gonna let you keep talking. I'm gonna let you back yourself into that corner.
All right. Let's talk about some of the games.
That's right.
And we're just, we're just gonna go in order of how they happen.
Ooh. I'm down with that.
So, I mean, we already talked about it a little bit. Thursday night, Patriots Steelers.
I gotta ask K-Dog, how'd you pick that? Did you know I was going to pick the Steelers? So you're like,
I actually kind of thought you might pick the Patriots.
Really?
It seemed like that type of game for you. This was one of those where you just keep going with it. I keep picking the Patriots. They kept losing. I'm like, I got to keep going. This was a winnable game, and I think we weren't on the pod together. You were like, why didn't you pick them against the Chargers? Of course I'm not going to pick them against the Chargers. But
it turned out to be a very close game.
I know. True. But yeah, I mean, this is just a case of a great example of how the NFL just does not make any sense sometimes.
No,
we thought there'd be no points scored. Essentially, some of us, no offensive
touchdowns.
Yeah,
I don't need to rub it in. It's all
right. But I see why you thought that. But of course, it wasn't like that at all. They went over in the first half. I just wanted to give a shout out to Zeke with a vintage game.
He looked great.
I think about 140 yards from scrimmage and a touchdown. So
I think what surprised me is how good he looked through the receiving game. Mm-hmm. That's not something I really would say with Zeke, a vintage.
He was when he was younger.
Really?
Yeah.
Does it make you wish he was still on the Cowboys?
No, because we got Rico Dowdle.
No, he's not. Come on, dude.
I mean,
Zeke is looking better than Pollard, I think.
Well,
that might be a hot take.
They're very different. But yeah, it's safe to say that Pollard isn't what the Cowboys hoped he would be. But the run game has gotten a lot better recently with now that they're kind of splitting carries. That Rico's getting a little.
Wait, we're talking about the Cowboys game
Zeke
now?
Put 72.
I was asking Cowboys question, and
he just gets off on a tangent. He's like, all right, skip.
Yes, I will take
skip to Sunday Night Football.
I will take this opportunity.
What were you saying
about the Cowboys?
I didn't realize Zeke put 72 in the air.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah,
wow,
weird.
Good for him.
What do you guys think about this game?
Man, so Trubisky, as soon as he threw that first pick, I was like, oh no, he's getting pulled. I got him on my dynasty team.
I was so excited.
No, we're going to see the Mason Rudolph, legacy game. And then he ends up doing pretty well. I did not know he was so quick on his feet, not going to lie. He's got some wheels on him. Trubisky.
Mason Rudolph. Oh,
No, Trubisky.
Yeah.
He's got some
So
little wheels.
Rudolph doesn't have any wheels
Yeah,
because
I
he
wouldn't
was
think so.
he didn't really run when Myles Garrett was coming to smoke him with that helmet.
No, but I mean, Zappy I think was kind of the story of this game.
Yeah.
You know, I would never expect Zappy to play that well. He kind of looked like a worse Mac Jones to me.
He was,
And then he comes in, lights it up. Mac Jones, bye.
I mean, if you think about like Zappy, I know he's had some bad games. He's gotten benched, but when we first saw him, was it last year that we first saw Zappy play? Like he had some flashes, you know. Like,
he flashes.
I mean,
Like,
he was
I
like the
feel like-
all-time passing leader in FCS, I believe.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
But so he's done it before. It's just
it seems like he's flashed more than Mac Jones. Not to say that he's the answer though, by any means, but
yeah.
I think he's not the guy. Like they're drafting a QB next
Oh,
year.
absolutely.
Okay.
Go get Caleb.
Glad we're on the same page.
Yeah. But some news that you might not have seen: Malik Cunningham got signed up off the practice squad from the Patriots to the Baltimore Ravens.
No kidding.
Not that you guys care,
why?
but he's on my dynasty team.
Oh, okay.
But he was a Louisville guy who played with Lamar, so they're very similar type players.
Okay. Do they still have Pro Bowler Tyler Huntley on the team?
Snoop?
Yeah.
I think so.
God, the Pro Bowl is such a joke. We should do a live Pro Bowl coverage.
We should. Yeah.
That would be funny. All right.
Did you see all that? Did you see? I think it was last week. The Manning cast had Ocho Cinco on, and he made the suggestion that the Pro Bowl should have a game between the old players and the new players.
New players would get clapped because they would be like scared.
Like flag football?
Yeah,
They
flag
would get,
football.
no,
flag
here's my
football.
theory. They would get because the new players
I
don't
would love to
care.
see
They
that.
just don't
I
want
would
to get
too.
injured. Whereas the old players, they
Yeah,
want
there's
to prove they
ball
still
that.
got something.
Oh,
And so they're
maybe.
gonna play really hard.
I mean,
That could be a good game.
Where are they cutting that off? You know, like is.
I know
are we
you don't
gonna
want to see like
80 and older.
What's his
Or 80,
face?
80 and younger.
The like Mike Dick out there or something.
Right.
Pretty sure he's dead.
No, I think he's alive. Wait.
Barry Sanders.
he just died recently.
No. All right.
No, he didn't.
I was
did he?
thinking of
I swear he's alive. You're thinking of Dick Butkus.
oh Dick. Yeah, Dick Buckus.
All right.
R.I.P.
Enough.
Same name.
Enough
different
of
person.
Dick.
Both played
No
for the
more.
Bears.
No more Dick. But some dicks sound good right now. All right.
If you're not from Seattle, you would be very questionable about what you just said.
Yeah.
Why is that?
They don't know what Dix is, bro.
Thankfully, our audience is mostly from the Seattle area.
Well, it's like famous enough. All right. Texans Jets.
Man, rip the Texans, rip
Texans.
Stroud.
Is he done?
No,
Is he-
I think he's in the
gonna be
concussion
back, right?
protocol.
He'll be
Yeah, I
back.
feel like the concussion is only like it's short term, you know. But
Man,
How about Zach Wilson?
yeah.
he looked great.
He like speak about zapped from the last game. He zapped the powers out of CJ Stroud.
He did.
Took him for himself.
Dude, he was
kind
literally
of wild.
Are we sure we didn't see Zach Wilson like take off a mask at the end of the game and it was actually CJ Stroud?
It was
and
Aaron
they
Rodgers.
They just
Well, I
swapped
saw-
bodies or something.
I saw a quote. I can't say exactly what it was, but it was essentially Zach Wilson said before the game. He's like, I already got benched. You know what else can?
Yeah.
What am I gonna do? Get benched?
True, that's a
again?
great
So
mentality.
he's basically he's playing with nothing to lose.
I love that.
And that's dangerous.
Wow, what if he actually like turns into something? Well, it was also super rainy, so like that's why I kind of give it a pass to the Well, and they didn't really have people. The Texans,
Sure.
most of their guys were gone, but that's just not something you expect a quarterback to do when it's rainy too. So that's
yeah,
pretty
I mean
impressive.
he had over 300 yards.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the Texans, I mean, they were getting beat with C.J. Stroud in there, but even you know, it brought them back to some dark days seeing Davis Mills. They were
Oh
keeping
my God,
David
long neck
out
Mills
there.
out there, bro.
It was pretty crazy too, like just with the loss of like
Is this?
the loss of the wide receiver,
Yeah,
Tank
Tank
Dell.
Dell. Yeah, I was
Like I
gonna
kind of
mention
made
that,
a
too.
it kind of makes a big difference like
Yeah,
in their
clearly.
offense.
Well,
I
Nico
mean,
Collins too got hurt.
yeah. So it's like they need those guys. Like they
Yeah.
need their weapons. I guess, and I guess that makes sense. I mean, look
Yeah.
at Mahomes without his weapons. But yeah, I mean, it was rough. I mean, I think it just goes to show that if this team had Aaron Rodgers, the Jets,
They'd be so good.
Right.
I don't
so
think
good.
our early season predictions would be that far off.
No, and
Because
I
the
mean,
defense is playing at an elite level. They shut everybody
Yeah.
down.
Yeah, and maybe outside of you could argue the Ravens, but the AFC looks pretty wide open. So you think about you mix the Jets in there with Aaron Rodgers.
Next year.
They could have gone to the Super Bowl this year. I mean,
Yeah. Maybe the what was it like the '70s Dolphins team? Maybe what's his face? Who's the QB? Dan Marino did some voodoo magic on Aaron Rodgers because he knew that if he had played, they would have had a perfect season.
oh, so not only would they have made the playoffs, they'd have a perfect season.
I mean, with that defense, with Aaron Rodgers, if he was playing at a Pro Bowl level, Garrett Wilson, why not?
All right, so we'll run the callback next year.
They already beat the Bills.
True.
And didn't they?
They beat the Eagles.
They beat the Eagles with this team.
Yeah.
So
maybe the Jets just beat the best teams. And that's it. Maybe they're the inverse Dolphins.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Although the Dolphins have proven that that's
they
not
play
true
each other
anymore.
this week, so.
Oof.
I might have a fun call for that one.
Ooh.
Wow.
Going for the hottest, bestest call
I might
of
have
the
to
year.
change my answer on mine.
All right. Wait, what do you got for Thursday? Who's playing Thursday night?
I'm not gonna say my pick.
Raiders Chargers. Oh boy.
Oh god.
Oh no. That's a scary one. Well, that's a scary one because he has an affiliation for the Chargers. But will he go there?
All right, let's move
with
on.
the backup QB. All right, Rams, Ravens. This was like an unexpected banger.
Very sneaky good
37-31.
Yeah.
Ravens take it in overtime.
Somebody here picked the Rams, didn't they?
This was almost exactly how I saw it going.
Yeah.
No, I mean, it was a really good game. As someone who picked the Rams to win, is just kind of frustrating because I felt like the Rams had a lot of opportunities to win.
Yes.
And they just, not that they necessarily made a mistake, but just I mean, the Ravens, they scored their final touchdown in regulation. It's 3rd and 13, I think.
Right.
And then, they get the 2-point conversion, and then you fast forward to overtime. The Rams get the ball in overtime, and then, of course, had to punt, and then that's how it ended. But,
My goodness.
Yeah, just disappointing to see. But I think, I think the Rams, there's so many,
they're
bad...
sneaky, dude.
Yeah.
They're sneaky.
They are. And there's so many, teams in the NFC now, fighting for that last wild card spot.
And it's so open.
Yeah.
Even in the AFC, it's open.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think the Rams will get in. I think they're the best team out of that group.
Beat us twice. I off the top of my head, I can't tell you who they play in the future here, but yeah, I mean they beat the Cardinals a couple times.
Yeah, that's impressive.
Well, I'm just saying that, look at these wins they're stacking up in the conference.
Yeah. They play the Commanders next week, and the Saints the following week, and the Giants the next week, and
these are all easy dubs.
And the Niners last week.
Okay.
So I see them going 9-8.
Yeah, they gotta win.
Yeah.
Well, they have to win those though. If they drop one of those, then they're in trouble because they're not being the Niners. Unless Niners could be resting their starters.
I mean, they have an easier schedule than the Hawks do the rest of the season, and they have the tiebreaker against us. Yeah. So for us, that's a really scary. Yeah, dude. I mean, we had an Odell legacy game.
Yeah.
4 for what do you get? That's a legacy game. 70-something yards.
He had a long touchdown.
Lamar I will stick to this, as a terrible passer.
He looked pretty good throwing a likely. I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, 2 of those.
Likely was his most accurate. Was the most accurate.
The likely one and the Odell one, they were both just completely wide open.
God.
Maybe I could.
Yo, say it, K-Dog. You could have made that throw.
Far? I don't know.
Yes, you can.
Probably not.
But,
Lamar just looks good on the ground. He got 70 yards on the ground. Glorified running back, quarterback, running back, whatever you want to call him. I'm such a Lamar hater.
I can't wait till next year.
I hope we get Lamar on the podcast.
Yeah, when we get Lamar on the pod, I want to see you tell him that.
Oh, I'm gonna ask him.
Face,
I'm gonna ask him so many questions about how bad his stats are. Yeah, I mean, a lot of tutties. Cooper Kupp looked good. Puka had a good day, and Kyron Williams. You have him on your fantasy squad, K-Dog.
I do.
He looks great. All right. Ooh, this will be a fun one. Panthers Saints, 28-6. Guys, what are we doing with Bryce Young?
I don't know why you keep picking the Panthers on anything, but I do. I don't know.
That's the Shmokin part of the pod.
I think you can't give up on a rookie, obviously.
No,
year
the
one,
first overall.
especially the team he has around him. They got rid of his coaching staff, most of the way through the season. Now he's got a new coaching staff. So I mean, I think you just kind of scrap this year, get into the draft, get some guys for him. And then just
13 for 36 though.
Yeah, that's really
he had a
bad.
36% completion.
Yeah, that's.
Completion.
I didn't see that. That's terrible.
He threw for 137 yards.
Wow.
I mean, come on. I mean, I get it. He doesn't have any wide receivers, right? Thielen's his one.
Yeah.
He overthrew Mingo on what probably could have been a 50-yard bomb.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He's just not the guy.
I don't.
You got Josh Rosen, Zach Wilson. You got Sam Darnold all wrapped up in one right here.
Yeah. I mean, it's just rare that you see a rookie season that's as bad as this is. And then
But-
for someone to turn it around and live up to being the number one pick, you don't really see that.
I don't think it's fair to judge him right now with the team he's on right
Yeah,
now.
but-
You know, he has no O-line. How many of those bad passes are coming from like pressures and stuff? Most of them.
But what
Give
about
him a clean pocket. Let's see how he does.
what about these other quarterbacks that we're seeing, young quarterbacks that are succeeding, like maybe a Tommy DeVito?
Yeah, dude.
He's
Okay.
3-1. You want to tell me that
it's
offense is better than he's got
true.
Saquon's, but you want to tell me that that's a better offense than
Yes,
Yeah, that
you,
O-line,
you literally
dude,
just said he
not
has
really.
Saquon.
The
but
Giants-
beyond that, they don't have a wide receiver.
The Giants O-line is so ass. It's unreal.
I don't know, man. I
Dude,
don't know. I'm just
like,
not ready to write off.
That's such a
kid.
great point because there's actually so many backups that are doing it right now. Browning, DeVito,
Yeah, true,
Minshew,
Browning,
Zach Wilson.
He's not a backup. He's a starter.
Well, he's a backup. He's a backup.
He was supposed to be a starter. He was literally drafted number 2.
Okay,
wasn't
well,
he?
he's a backup now. Trubisky. Dare I move on?
Zappy.
Drew Lock.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Drew Lock looks better than Bryce Young.
Yeah.
Which, honestly,
Because
probably,
he's been in the
I
league
was gonna
long
say
enough.
you'd expect. Yes, that's fair.
There was
Sorry.
on the Saints side, there was one drive. I don't know if you guys saw it.
I
where,
did not. I did
Jimmy
not watch
Graham.
the
Okay, Jimmy Graham had like this really good like third down catch, and then like a couple plays later, he scores a touchdown. I was like, what year is this? Like, what am I watching right now? It's so weird to see.
Yeah, why is he
was-
still in the league?
I don't know. And he's back on the Saints.
I don't know, man.
It's so
Seems to be
strange,
working out,
but
though.
He's playing well.
Yeah.
Saints got a much needed win to.
Yeah,
to
and
stay
that
in the
that whole
division.
division's what 6 and 7, and then
Yeah,
you
it's
got
gross.
the Panthers.
We're heading into that one
This is what happened
season where
last
the
year.
Seahawks won. What was it? We were the
They
first
were-
team to get into the playoffs at
Yeah.
7-9 losing
Yeah.
record.
Yeah.
That's what this is going to be.
It's
Yeah.
looking that way. Yeah.
It's going to be. There's
Yeah.
no way it's not. All right,
I don't know.
let's go to the return of the Apple Cup. Minshew versus Browning. Bengals versus Colts. Browning. 5-0, baby. 5-0 in those Apple Cups.
That's right.
Yeah, he
I mean-
looked amazing once again. Although, I mean, he is kind of like, it's not like he's airing it out. You know?
No, he's
But
not. But it wasn't like
Still had a lot of
I
pretty
I
dang good
think
stats.
I saw a stat like through 2 games now. I think he has like a 79 completion percentage, which is like
That's
one of
pretty
the highest.
nutty.
One of the highest ever to start a career. I
Mm-hmm.
think it was like 3rd highest or something.
Well, it's interesting this game because the week prior, like the whole game plan was just throw the ball down to Chase.
Yeah,
and
chase
just let him do
screens.
it.
Yeah.
This game, he only had 3 catches.
Yeah.
It's like clearly the
Was
game
that-
plan was very different against
Yeah.
the Colts, and it
That,
was a lot more run heavy.
That rookie running back, what's his name?
Chase Brown?
Yeah, he looked really good. He had that long touchdown.
Yeah, who
Yeah.
we were all hooting and hollering, and I was like, "That's Mixon, that's Mixon," and then it was like, "Nope, that's Chase Brown."
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, so here's a question for you guys: Do you think the Bengals can make the playoffs with Browning?
Yeah. Why not? Why not?
I think no, simply because they have a hard schedule. I think we looked at it last week, if I'm not
Did we?
forgetting, if I'm, or maybe 2 weeks ago. But they just have too hard of a schedule, and it's just like, do I think they're a better team than some of those other ones? Yes, they're better than the Colts, clearly. But I think
Vikings-
I think they have too hard of a schedule.
Vikings, Steelers, Chiefs, Browns.
Yeah. I
Are
don't
they
see-
making it or not?
They could maybe win. Best case, they win what, 2 of
They
those?
could win 3 of
They're not
those.
gonna win 3 of those.
Vikings, Steelers, Browns,
And what's the other one?
Chiefs.
Chiefs.
Chiefs is winnable.
Chiefs is definitely winnable. We saw Zach Wilson.
It'll be tough though. It'll be
Russell
tough.
Wilson, dude.
Browns would be tough.
Will it
They
be?
could win one of those, or they could win 3. They could win 3, but that's unlikely. And in order to make the playoffs, they probably would have to win 3.
I think they can make it. I'm rooting for Browning.
I
Did
mean,
you
I'll-
see? Oh, go ahead.
I'll give him props. Like when he came out of UW, I didn't think he would be very well or do very well in the NFL. But
Yeah.
No, he was also injured on his last season at a bum arm.
Yeah,
so
and-
we were just like hating on him a lot.
I think I was listening to the pregame for that Thursday night game he started last week, right?
Yeah.
And they were just talking about how he like kind of approached the offseason and stuff, and he just like never took an offseason. He just worked his ass off pretty much every day as a
Yeah.
backup,
So
and it's really shown.
Yeah. So he was
So it's
on
pretty impressive.
Minnesota's practice squad for like a couple years.
Yeah.
Is that right? And-
Yeah, he moved around.
Yeah. No, it's really impressive. Like I wouldn't. I don't. None of us would have.
He just never struck me as that type of dude.
No,
like
not at all.
like a hardworking type.
Lunch pail kind of
Like
guy.
he didn't. I went to a party with this dude and saw him dancing on a girl. Like that's not the type of dude.
How dare he?
Well, I just like that's the image I have in my head of Jake Browning, and then now he's just doing this. So it's like it's very impressive to me. So
It's my boy!
It's my boy in a positive light.
all right.
That's awesome.
Yeah, there we go!
Okay. Here we go.
Introducing the Here We Go soundboard.
Here we go to the next game. We didn't really say anything about the Colts, but
It's Minshew.
Who
Yeah.
cares?
WSU guy.
Bucks Falcons. I didn't get this game right. I called the Falcons. Bucks won 29-25.
Yep.
I think for my side, because I think it's just because I have Desmond Ridder
Fever.
in Dynasty, and I have the fever. I'm glad to see him get some of the main weapons involved, which is kind of nice.
Yeah,
to see.
they're really.
Drake London had a big game.
He had like 172 yards.
They're evolving their
Beast.
game. You know, it's no longer the Atlanta Falcons that just rush. It's like
I wish they rush.
it's quite a dynamic team we got going on now, and it's exciting to see what Justin Fields is going to do on that team next year.
Okay, that's not happening. I mean, Desmond Ridder threw for 350 yards.
He's
That's
not the guy still.
I think he could be. And then Tampa Bay, I mean, I think for me, when I look at this game, I see the stat line. Baker only completed 14 passes, 344 yards. I see Rashad White, 102 yards on the ground. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
I was saying he's kind of a McCaffrey light.
No, you weren't. You
I said
picked
that last
You
week.
picked that up off. I remember a commentator said that, and you totally picked that
I
up.
said
off
that
him.
off.
He did
I
say
said
it
that
last week. I remember. I don't know who said it
Alright.
first though. Speaking of the UW stars, Kate Otten caught the game-winning
Oh,
touchdown.
did he?
pass.
Yeah.
Nice.
Tight end, you baby, right behind Iowa.
I actually tutored him a couple times.
Really?
Really?
former
Can you tell
student
us
of
about
mine.
kind
Yeah.
of his personality?
Well, I'd like to say that I could take a little bit of the credit for his NFL success from all that.
You can almost say
It's my boy!
Okay.
No, he was a very nice guy. I liked him. I barely got to know him, but
well, that's cool
good
though.
to see him having some success
Well,
out there.
if we're gonna flex about knowing NFL players, I sat next to Will Disley in college economics, and you know what I did? I lent him a pencil.
Wow.
All right, my claim to fame:
Did you watch
You guys
Jake
ever
Browning
heard
dance
of-
on a girl?
Trey Adams and his infamous
No, I don't. He's
answer
He's not in
to the
NFL.
combine question. What would he change in his life if he could? You guys remember that?
Yeah.
I won't utter it here, but look it up.
He said his manlyhood.
Bigger manlyhood. To a
But-
combine question, dog.
He said,
I have to look this up.
"Oh, you haven't seen it? Oh, it's
No,
good.
no,
It's
no.
gold. You got to look it out."
Okay.
And then my other claim to fame: I live next to Jordan Miller.
Okay, that's mine too. Then nobody knows Jordan Miller, bro.
I don't know who that is.
Jordan Miller, if you're
Famous-
listening, you're my boy.
Famous cornerback for the Saints. All right. Let's move on. Let's go to the
I
Jaguars.
actually met Kellen Moore in real life. Okay.
Yeah, well, if we're gonna go on that, Kellen Moore was the problem in Dallas.
Yeah, we'll get to that.
You
later.
could say that honestly.
Yeah.
When's Dallas coming up?
In a
Not
little
for a
while.
while.
In a little while.
All right, Jaguars, Browns, the return of Joe Flacco.
Man, he's looking good.
Yeah.
You might want to pick him up off of waivers.
Honestly. Yeah, do you have anything to say?
No.
about this one? No.
Well, so they got David Njoku involved.
Dude, that's all he's
looking-
throwing
He's
to.
looking great. Yeah.
Njoku, I swear, he is the most targeted person I've ever seen drop as many balls as he does. Like, he probably catches 50% of the balls he's thrown.
Yeah, I could probably catch more than that.
I've literally been next to you in a flag football game when you dropped a wide open
That
ball.
was my one drop.
It's burned in my memory because
That
that
was
was
my-
for the game winner, dude.
That was my one drop. Come on.
Anyways.
Give me some slack.
But yeah, it's kind of. I mean, I bring up tight ends because we're in a tight end premium league. It's just like tight ends this week went off. Like I'd never seen such a tight end apocalypse. You thought tight end day was like where they went off. Mm-hmm. This weekend was actually tight end weekend, bro.
Wow.
Yeah, Evan Ingram went nutty this game with like what, 2 tutties.
2 tutties. I think he had 11 receptions.
Yeah.
Craziness.
Yeah, I mean that was. I was kind of sad because I also have Ingram in my fantasy league, so I have a lot of people. And CJ Beathard was just chucking it when he came in last week to Ingram, and I was like, Tito's not gonna do the same thing. But it seems like he's just kind of the alpha dog now that Kirk's out.
Think so.
Like Ingram's just like the number one target for some reason. And hey,
There's
we'll take it.
definitely some frustrated Calvin Ridley owners out there.
Well, they've been frustrated all season, so they can screw off.
Yeah, I mean the Browns. I feel like this game they just knew T-Law was not at 100%, and they just came after him. They just, got pressure on him, forced turnovers, and the Browns' offense looked pretty good. So I'm kind of back. I kind of, as late as last week, I kind of wrote off the Browns.
You're back,
I'm
huh?
kind of back on them.
I am too.
Me
too.
I think they're a playoff team.
I think
I mean,
Flacco, Flacco was unsigned for like the majority of the season, right?
Yeah.
I know.
How is he like? What are we doing?
Dude,
How come no one else picks
He
him
could have
up
gone
and
back
gives
to
him
the
a chance?
Jets.
That's what I'm
and
saying.
Would have done really well.
Like they just found gold. Like
Yeah.
this is how he's been playing. Like
Yeah.
the Jaguars aren't a bad team. Like what are the Jets doing? What were the Giants doing? I mean, there's so many teams that are like, what are we doing here?
I think they just probably rather give a young guy a chance. Like, what you're getting in Flacco. Like, he's not getting any better. He's getting older.
But like for
and
a
he
team
didn't
that's
play
like,
great last week, so let's not pretend like he's.
well, he
just
didn't do. I mean, it
some
was his first
incredible
week with the
player
playbook,
now.
right?
True,
that was his.
true.
That was his first week, and it wasn't like, how would he do? 23 for 44, 254 and 1 pick.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
I mean, he's
better than what Zach Wilson's
Yeah.
been doing. That's better than Bryce Young.
Yeah,
Go get Joe Flacco.
true.
Panthers.
Get that number 1 pick back. Go get Joe Flacco.
I mean, like,
he's
just
certainly better than.
let's put some respect on these old dudes.
Yeah, he's certainly better than any quarterback on that Browns roster,
Maybe
including
a
a
DTR.
certain Deshaun Watson.
Yo, that's faux show.
That doesn't make any sense.
That's so
he was
true.
literally hurt.
I agree. I agree. That's
Okay.
100%.
All right, go ahead.
God, he's so bad.
You just blowing from stupid town.
All right. Good thing we don't have LionsFan42069 on for this game.
Well, we'll talk about it with him.
We'll talk about them. Yeah. So Bears, the Smoking Bears.
Pretty easy to call. Not gonna lie.
28 to 13.
Yeah,
Myself
good
and
pick.
C Dubs.
Good pick,
I mean,
good pick.
they almost beat them the first time around, and then they have to play the Bears at home on Soldier Field. And just from the looks of this Lions team, they're kind of on a little skid. You know, this isn't the team that came out firing the first half of the season. They're kind of, Dan Campbell. I remember there's an interview. He's like, "We get knocked down once, we get up and bite a kneecap off. We get knocked down twice, we get up and bite the other kneecap off. We get
What's
knocked down
next?
3 times. It just keeps getting more and more. So like,
Scary.
what's gonna happen?
Like more kneecaps or something?
More
No,
kneecaps. Like
you start good one up.
We only have 2 kneecaps.
you get one testicle.
Okay.
Ooh.
But they've been knocked down a few times now. So like, seeing how they respond going forward is gonna be interesting. We'll talk about it when we get the boys on. But
I think it's enough. Yeah, true. We don't want to talk about it too much before we get our resident fan on. But I will say, like, hopefully they bounce back, the Lions. But I think it's been too much of a trend. I mean, that they've just been playing kind of poorly the past month or so. Goff looked really bad this game. Yeah.
he's just looked
It's
really
like-
bad for the past 3 weeks.
Yeah, they're not getting.
But
so
especially this game.
Ever since Thanksgiving.
Yeah, so what I think I noticed is they're just really not getting like Amon-Ra, and I don't know what's going on, but he had 3 catches for 9 out of 9
Yeah,
targets.
that's unacceptable.
And like, I think the previous week he had 2 for like 6 or
Yeah.
something. It's
Like-
like that's like he's like your playmaker. He's like your best player.
Right, beyond having him on a fantasy team, that doesn't even matter at this point. Like, he's on a real team that it's like when the Seahawks don't get DK involved. You got to get those types
He's
of
the
players
alpha
to
dog.
get involved if you want to win games.
Woof,
If you
woof.
don't get Amon-Ra the ball, what are you doing?
Yeah, that's weird. That's weird to see. I mean, on the flip side though, the Bears, man, Fields making a case for why he should still be there next year.
Yeah, I mean, he's playing for his future.
Like he's playing well.
Yeah.
Yep, I think they just keep getting weapons for him.
Yeah, I want to say too, like when DJ Moore went there, you guys were, at least Coop was kind of high on that. And I remember thinking like, who really cares? But DJ Moore's been great this year. He's a top 10 receiver. He's top 7 in yards, number 6 in touchdowns. He's looked so good.
He just needed a guy to play with. Been on the Panthers his whole life.
I mean, he had McCaffrey to play with.
Was McCaffrey thrown to him?
I don't know, man. It's kind of like,
How good would Bryce Young be with DJ Moore?
I don't know, man. But
Probably
I
not
want to
very
kind of
good.
make the comparison
Not good.
that the Panthers of old are kind of like the Falcons now, if you think about it.
The Panthers of old.
Like
just
McCaffrey,
McCaffrey.
DJ Moore,
Desmond Ritter is better than any bum that's played on the Panthers.
Cam Newton.
Better.
This guy's just too
Whatever.
into Ritter. But I was thinking that maybe you're comparing
I just meant the weapons.
McCaffrey to Robinson.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Did you see? Speaking of that, I know we're rewinding on one of the touchdown that Bijan Robinson scored against the Buccaneers. The Buccaneers had 9 players on defense.
What?
Yeah, it was like
No.
it was like from the 2-yard line or something, but they had 9 players.
Oh,
on there.
wow.
It's ridiculous.
Clown hour.
Yeah, that's crazy. And the Bears defense also pretty good. But maybe that might be more inept.
Down the Lions.
It might be more ineptitude from Goff. I don't know. It's hard to say what's really going on there.
Yeah, the Bears have quietly been kind of on a hot streak.
Yeah,
but...
some might even put them in their top 10.
Oh, God. Well, I wasn't going to go that far.
C-dubs maybe, but...
Hottest team in the league, baby.
Technically, they're still in the race for the playoffs. So.
Yeah,
That's
they're like
disgusting.
1 game back, right? That's what I've heard.
And they have the 5th overall pick or something like that.
Yeah.
Craziness.
Yeah. All right, let's move on out to the West, where the 49ers took out the Hawks 28-16. Coop, I don't know about your reaction to this game. Go ahead. Hit it.
I don't have anything.
All right. Well, I thought we played better than I was expecting.
Well, when it opens up with a McCaffrey 72-yard run that gets vultured for the touchdown by who? Jordan Mason? That pissed me off. God, that would have been so big in my fantasy team. But when that happens and they just
he was tired.
They put up 7 points in less than a minute. I think all of us in the room thought they would put up 60.
We put up 7 points
in
less than a minute.
Yeah, absolutely. Then we kind of
actually.
bounce back. We say, hey, we get punched in the mouth. We're going to punch right back. You know, and Drew Lock orchestrates this great drive down the field. And it has, this is absolute dime to DK Metcalf. We didn't even see how the ball got there, pretty much, right?
No. He was kind of just running and it just kind of showed
up. It
phased
on his back
through
hip. The defender. It was amazing.
His back hip just showed up.
But yeah, and then the wheels fell off, you know.
So one thing I thought was, and it also kind of stunk because we lost Witherspoon pretty early in the game. I don't think he ever came back.
No.
And I actually don't know what his status is. So Seahawks fans, if you're out there, let us know. Or I'll just Google it. But Drew Lock didn't actually look that bad. I think Drew Lock is better than Zach Wilson, better than
Bailey Zappi,
Tommy DeVito,
Whoa.
Dak Prescott. No, dude, he actually looked pretty. He actually looked pretty good.
I was gonna ask you guys. I don't have much to say about this game, but I was gonna ask you guys going forward. Let's say Seahawks give you guys the decision who you want at quarterback for the rest of the year. Are you picking Drew Lock or are you going back to Geno Smith? Assuming Geno Smith is healthy.
No, I want Geno. I'd take Geno. I think we actually could win that game if we had Geno in.
I'd probably say Geno too, just with the experience. To get into playoffs, if we're like, okay, we really need to get in playoffs, which we do, obviously. Yeah. But I'd say, okay, we need Geno. But if we were out of playoff race, I would say Drew Lock.
Just to see what he is.
And the audience out there might be thinking, well, Prophet Jay, Geno played against them on Thanksgiving and you guys got blown out.
They might be thinking that.
But the fact was, we also didn't have one of what I think is like our core O-line player in Abe Lucas. Like, I feel like him being on the field has made night and day difference in our O-line. I don't know why. But, I just feel like we have so much time to develop plays, get guys open. And I think that's what we saw with Locke, too. He actually had a pretty decent amount of time on a lot of plays.
I think overall our issue is coaching. If I had to,
Pete or Waldron?
I just think
everybody
needs overhauling coaching. I think we've been saying this for years. At least I've been grumbling about it. It's just so boring. It's so old school. I just want a new coach. I want a Sean McVay to come in or Kyle Shanahan. Yeah. Just one of these young guns. Just come in, change it up a bit.
Yeah.
You should go in. You're a young gun.
Good. Easily. Yeah. I do drop plays for flag football. Yeah. So could be done.
Okay. Well,
not very good at Madden.
Transferable skill.
We'll call him. Sure. We'll give him a call. Yeah, I honestly think the Hawks. I'm still not giving up on the season.
So I
think we have a chance. Still.
I was perusing the Seahawks subreddit. Somebody did a playoff calculator for the next 4 games, depending on their outcomes. And if we lose to the Eagles, which I can actually see us winning, and then we win our last 3, which are very doable. Couldn't tell you off the top of my head, but we would have I think a 90% chance or something like that. Something really good.
I mean, I could see that simply because just the wild card race is just a mess right now.
Yeah, so I mean, we're definitely not out. I mean, as doom and gloom as I feel about the season right now, it's still doable.
But then you get to the playoffs and
we could take out the Cowboys. We almost did already.
Honestly, so the Niners.
I mean, it's possible. Anything's possible.
The Niners
Awesome.
blew out the Eagles way worse than they blew us out the second time around. That's all I'm saying. And it was also Titans, Steelers, Cardinals. Those
That's
are
right.
all 3 games.
So very easy. Well, easy is a strong word there,
Yeah,
but
let's call
it's a
them
doable.
easy, yeah.
It's a doable.
Call them
Yeah,
easy.
it's tough.
But you don't have like an obvious like, oh, we're gonna lose that game. Well,
Right.
Besides it, maybe the Eagles, one could argue.
I wouldn't say that's enough.
I wouldn't say that either.
Not after how the Eagles have looked.
No.
All right. Vikings Raiders. Do you guys even want to talk about this one? 3-0.
Wow.
Nick Mullins is the GOAT, and
Josh Dobbs getting benched. What do you guys think of that?
I mean, he's
Going
playing
forward.
like
Surprised me.
he's
I
playing
mean,
bad.
he was on the moon, pun intended. You know, he was just like God's
he's-
gift to Earth for like a few weeks, and now he's just tossed
I
out.
think they gotta put him back though, right? Or
No, Nick Mullins is starting next game.
yeah, he started.
Really?
Yeah,
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
No, I think it was fine. Like if something's clearly not working, and you need to switch it up. Like remember that game, the college football game, many years ago. Jalen Hurts started it,
Alright,
being a
I'm
bum.
still salty about
Tua
that
came
game.
in, won the game. Like that, for a guy that kind of, although with Jalen, like he'd been around all season, so that was kind of different. But with this, he'd only been in town a couple weeks. Like it wasn't him. They needed some sort of
Well, I
change of
mean,
momentum. I think it was honestly a smart idea.
Justin Jefferson gets hurt too.
Yeah, rip JJ.
So
I heard he threw a big hospital ball. I turned this game off, but I heard Dobbs threw a hospital
So
ball. So
you got Nick Mullins coming back. So just all these ex-49er QBs are a bit of a QB factory. You got CJ
Man.
Beathard, you got Nick
You think
Mullins.
Trey Lance is going to be making an appearance?
Perhaps.
Uh-oh.
No, I just I don't have much to say about this game, but I have some fun stats for us since we don't see a 3-0 game very often in the NFL. This is the lowest scoring game since 2007, which is also 3-0. The 7th 3-0 game in the Super Bowl era. There's also been 5 games that were 2-0. If you guys are curious.
No
Wow, seriously,
kidding.
I actually was
But
curious.
not the last one was in 1938.
How many were 1-0?
As far as I know,
Or
that's
how about 4-0?
I didn't look up 4-0.
There's got to be at least. There's got to be one 4-0.
There was there was also a 0-0 tie between the Giants and Lions in 1943.
That doesn't surprise me with those two teams.
Yeah, poverty franchises.
Also in the middle of World War II, probably had something.
Oh, Jesus. All of our good guys were
I mean,
doing
I
something
don't know.
else
I
at
don't
that
know.
time.
I
That's when the
assume that had
ladies
something to
ladies
do
were
with
playing
it.
football back
Yeah.
then.
They made a movie about
So-
that.
Did they?
Well, it was a baseball movie, but
Oh,
yeah. League of Their Own.
probably not relevant to this.
Wow, that's pretty sexist there, kiddo.
All right, you got any more fun facts for us, K-Dog?
Those were my fun facts.
All right, let's go on. Broncos Chargers, 24-7. Herbert's out for the season.
Man.
How do you feel as a Chargers fan?
It's
devastating, isn't it?
it's crazy because I gotta keep picking them. You know?
No,
So-
you don't. No, you don't.
They just signed
Max Duggan,
Max
baby.
Duggan. Guess who's got him in Dynasty?
Oh,
This guy.
You starting him against me?
Start. I might.
All right, I gotta ask who the hell is that?
TCU quarterback.
TCU quarterback led him to the playoffs last year.
Got smoked by
Georgia.
So did he go undrafted then?
Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, something like that.
You think as a Dynasty owner you'd know, but I'm not paying.
You would
him.
think so.
Malik Cunningham went undrafted.
Right.
I do know stuff like that.
Oh.
Of
Maybe
my
we
people.
have a superior dynasty owner over here with.
Well, records may show.
Well,
He has beaten me twice during the regular season, though.
yeah.
But the game coming up is the only one that really matters.
You know, I've really owned you just in fantasy in the last 3 years. The first
yeah?
couple of years you
Did
owned
you make
me.
it in K-Dog's playoff this
Okay.
this year?
Well,
Okay,
first
yeah. How about you settle
first
down
year,
there,
First
buddy?
year. Last 2 years I've been fine.
All right. Well, 2 years is 2 years ago.
K-Dog,
We live in the.
I'm officially
That's
rooting.
right.
I'm actually, well, no, I have to root for my girlfriend because she promised she'd take me out to a nice steak dinner.
I'll take you out to a nicer steak dinner if you root for me.
And
And
I'll
drop
wave
Patrick
the
Mahomes.
winnings in your face, baby.
All right, you guys, what did you guys like about the Broncos? Anything?
I mean, they won a game that I thought they could lose. Like,
Yeah.
They showed that, I mean, despite, I don't care that Justin Herbert got hurt as far as affecting the outcome. Like, the Broncos clearly looked like the better team. And
Yeah.
they're making that playoff push. And
7-6.
the Lions-Broncos game, we'll talk about it extensively during our middle segment. But that's a really intriguing game. I just don't know
Yo.
how that's going to go.
One game behind the Chiefs.
Yeah, true.
Isn't
That's
that
pretty
nuts?
interesting.
That's a great point. Yeah, the Chiefs kind of felt
What
probably a few weeks
happens?
ago. The Chiefs felt that they were just like
Yeah.
there's no chance. You know, they're in the driver's seat. There's no chance anyone's gonna catch up. And yeah, you're right.
What happens when the Broncos overtake them?
Oh, it's gonna be glorious.
That's gonna be
Sean
nuts.
Payton is gonna get a statue. His
Russ
first
Wilson
year.
be cooking.
Is that our next game? The Chiefs game?
Yeah, let's talk about it. Go ahead, K-Dog. You look like you got a million stats over there for us.
No, I just want to say, I mean, the Bills, they got a much needed win. I think, of course, we're going to talk about
the drama.
The drama.
Yeah, let's talk
final
about
play. It's all over the place. So I wanted to go first. Well, I didn't necessarily want to go first, but I feel like I have a different perspective. Like, you guys and probably a lot of NFL fans out there have been hating on the Chiefs for a long time this season. When you say, especially Coop, at least.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what? Yeah, I'm a hater.
So
not as much as Lamar.
Yeah,
I'm a hater.
So like, I haven't been like that at all. Like, I actually kind of like the Chiefs. I've always liked Mahomes. I like Andy Reid.
It's because of Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
Love Taylor, of course. No, I mean, dating back like in this entire
That's my girl.
this entire stretch of the Chiefs' success, I've always really liked Mahomes. But what he said, you know, to Josh Allen, especially what he said in the press conference, was that's embarrassing. Like, it's just like. That I lost a lot of respect for him about that. Like, I've never heard something more entitled. Like, to be complaining about something that's so, like, clearly he was offsides. The refs do not owe you anything to tell you that, you know, or to warn you. And not only Mahomes bitching about it, but Andy Reid was basically saying the same thing too. And I saw, I think earlier today, Mahomes issued an apology over it, but. Probably because everyone was roasting him.
But he did the moment, man. Like, you can't be doing that. Like, especially when you, like, walk. Like, imagine you just, like, had a great game. Like, Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, been rivals, like, the past few years. Like, you walk up to him to dap him up, and he's like, that was BS, bad call, whatever, like, to your face. You don't even say, like, good game. I'd be pissed. I'd be like, I'd be like, you know how many calls you got over the last 3 years? Over so many games? Like, God, it's frustrating.
It's just like, it just screams entitlement. Like, it's just, I don't know.
Once they get a little taste of their own medicine, dude, it's honestly, I think it's funny because that's what they deserve. And, like, you know what? So what if they're not the Golden Boys anymore? Like, maybe play like the Dark Knight. Like, get your revenge now. Go and
I've got
be the bad guy.
I've got a little conspiracy about this that I've cooked up myself.
Okay.
You know how the refs have kind of played rough ball with them for a long time now.
Many years. And
people have been catching on. They've been complaining about it, blah, blah, blah. Well, finally, we have a situation where the refs clearly made the right call, blah, blah, blah. And now they have something to point back on. Be like, hey, remember when we made that call against the Chiefs?
Yeah.
We don't play rough ball with them.
Sure.
Remember that call?
Yeah, it's too late.
But it's also like...
And now look how much we're talking about it, too.
Yeah.
That just drives the NFL even more.
I know.
Because... Think about how bad the reffing has been this season. How many people have been complaining about it. And now we have this huge fiasco where the refs made the right call, and that's all we're going to remember now. You know? We're going to forget about all the bad calls that they made during the regular season, you know, before this.
Or is there a new Golden Boy?
Who's that?
His name's Brock Purdy.
I don't know.
Or is it Dak Prescott?
I hope it's Dak. God, I hope.
Yeah, here we go.
All right.
I guess I didn't want to be set.
Get out of here. What's going on? Stop abusing it.
I thought we were just having fun playing. All right. K-Dog, do you want to talk about the Cowboys?
The Cowboys? Are we going to talk about the Cowboys?
Why are you looking at me? Right. You're both looking at me, guys. I don't know what's going on here.
How about them Cowboys, guys?
All right. Now he has a huge paragraph typed out.
No, I don't. Let's just listen to this for a second.
All right.
I hate that we're using no more Cowboys propaganda.
Post Malone's a big Cowboys fan.
You know what's funny?
That's perfect.
All that comes to mind is that graphic where it's like the life of a Cowboys fan. And I saw one. It was like they are currently right here, where they're like, "We the boys."
We'll see.
This is the second time we've been there this season.
Okay, we'll see. Let me address that moment
good.
really quick. Like, yes, of course. Like, yes, that has been the theme. This Cowboys team might look a little different.
They look good.
And, like, if you want to go back to that graphic, are the Cowboys going to win the Super Bowl this year? Probably not. And so then you could go back to the graphic and be like, oh, well,
what the hell, dude?
Oh, I guess they're
Why
not.
did you
Don't
say
put that
that?
energy
Because
into
I'm
the
saying
world.
that meme is, like, self-fulfilling.
Okay,
Like,
let me
you could
just
do
say-
that for every team that doesn't win the Super Bowl.
I will tell you that if the Seahawks were in the situation that the Cowboys are
Oh,
right now,
I'd be talking
I would never
so much
ever
shit.
say
that's
they are
because-
not going to win the
that's
Super Bowl.
because-
I would be all over
That's
that.
because I don't know.
It's because you live that graphic daily. You are that
It's
graphic.
because I've just been hurt. too
That's
many
right.
times.
Well, just wait until they lose to the
But
Bills, and then you'll
Enough
be back.
Enough of this. Enough of this.
And then the Dolphins.
This is a huge win for the Cowboys. A huge win. I just wanted them to win this game. They didn't just win. They dominated this game. I mean, the Eagles, they score 6 points on offense. They had that one defensive touchdown, unfortunately. But the Eagles essentially did nothing on offense. The first game, the Cowboys lost. A very close game. The Eagles fumbled the ball 3 times. The Cowboys didn't recover 1. This game, they fumbled 3 times. Cowboys recovered all 3 of them.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was the difference. And not just the Eagles had 3 fumbles. Their 3 best players on offense had fumbles. Jalen Hurts, Devontae Smith, and A.J. Brown. We forced all 3 of them into making a mistake. Cowboys looked really... I mean, Dak didn't have a huge game numbers-wise, but still played well outside of that turnover. Brandon Aubrey.
Oh, dude, he was my highlight of the game.
Seriously, I was watching that. His first kick, man, the noise
The
that comes off
60-yarder.
that ball. Yeah, it's just like a cannon.
And that one could have gone to from 70
Seriously.
probably. Like, actually. Like, it's...
I
Like,
think it kind of puts a seed in all the soccer players' minds around
Yeah.
the world. Like, hey, if
Yeah,
that
so-
soccer doesn't pan out,
that guy never played football before.
Yeah.
He was a professional soccer player. Then he quit. Then he was like a software engineer
Yeah,
for
saw
a little
that.
while. Now he's kicking. He's 30 for 30 this year.
amazing.
He
And
has missed 3 extra points. Though.
the kicking position is such a turntable. Like,
Yeah.
they're always getting not ran through, but someone else is always
right,
trying out for
right,
different teams.
right.
Like, I get to see like a soccer takeover.
Yeah.
You know,
All right, I got my hot take. I'm putting it in the air before anyone else does. Who's going to break the NFL record for kick? For longest kick. He's going to
I
break
mean,
it.
that's not really stroking hot.
I got to put it in before
Would
anyone
that be
else
stroking
did.
hot to you?
Yeah. I mean, it's still
One of many.
75.
But he
yards.
certainly looks capable. But like, when are you going to be in the position to kick a 68-yard field goal?
A game winner to win the Super
What is
Bowl?
the record? I think it's 66.
So, there's always this question where if a kicker can kick a 70-yard field goal at like an 80-90% clip, he'd be like the number 1 draft pick, right?
I mean, I don't know.
Because if you can get points from anywhere on the field, every time
So
you have
70 would be like what, from the 40? You're 40?
a ball, yeah, all you have to do is get down to the 40,
And you can
And then
do
you
it
just
at a
kick 3
90.
points.
and you
can
just
do
get
it-
3 points.
And you
you're
can do it
saying
at a
if
90.
you could do that at a 90% clip.
Yeah.
Really? Oh wow. Yeah.
You know,
That'd be-
maybe
that-
that's gonna be him.
That'd revolutionize the game.
Yeah,
It'd be like Steph with 3-pointers.
it would just like there'd be an evolution of kickers coming, like
the kicker meta.
where it's just
but,
like
okay,
they just get so much better.
But
and
what
better.
if the other team's scoring touchdowns? So like, how many drives does a team get per game? Like on average, maybe 10 or 15.
Let's say 15.
Okay, let's
Times
say
3.
15 times 3 times
45
90%.
Dude, that'd
That's
be
like
awesome.
36 points.
Yeah, it's like All right, you'd win most games.
Anyways,
My last thing to say about this game, Dak is now the favorite to win MVP, I believe.
Really?
Last I
He's-
saw, he's
oh.
plus 175. Did
Not
you say
Purdy?
something
well,
different?
you can't get
I
clapped
think
by
he
the
passed-
49ers again.
Well, it doesn't matter. We're not like it's a regular season award.
You guys actually
Why
have,
would he get it over Purdy if they got clapped?
What do you mean? When are they gonna get? What are you talking about?
Early-
You're saying
early
earlier
on.
in the season? Well, I
Yeah.
think it doesn't matter. I think if Dak keeps putting up the numbers he does, and they do play good teams down the stretch.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they actually have like pretty heavy matchups coming up.
Bills.
Yes, they play the Bills. They play. I was just looking at
The
it.
Dolphins, Lions.
The Dolphins, Lions, and the Commanders.
Wow.
So like those are all matchups where you could expect
Yeah.
like 50-ish points.
Good time to
Just
have CeeDee Lamb.
Okay, like going into this year, like, who would have imagined like 4 weeks left that Dak is a plus 175 to win MVP?
How come you didn't
That's
call
insane.
it? How come you didn't call it? How come you
Because
we
no,
would've
it-
call-
it
we
was
would've called him a
unimaginable
homer.
to
Yeah,
me.
that'd been funny.
This
It was
just
so
didn't make,
good.
this just wouldn't have made sense to me. But give credit to Mike McCarthy. I'm glad we got that bum Kellen Moore out of there. We don't have to mess with his offense anymore. Good luck to you, Chargers.
Kellen Moore just gets held down by the head coaches, man. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, dude, Steely is terrible, but I don't know about the same about Mike McCarthy.
I don't know.
Green Bay should have never let him go.
We'll see how it plays out.
All right, let's go. Speaking of Green Bay, Giants, Packers.
How many games we got left? I feel like we've
2.
done like 20.
You got 2 more, and you can blow through them. How about them Giants, baby? G-Man.
All right.
Hottest team, beating the what we could maybe say the hottest team in the NFL. Packers. Some might have had them at
The
10.
theory
Some might have had
lives
them at,
on.
Some might have had them at 9.
Yeah.
This guy.
Pretty crazy game.
Not
I mean,
anymore.
the Packers just look like complete ass. Like, complete 180 from what we've seen last few weeks. So something's going on there.
Yeah.
First loss in December for LaFleur.
Ever, really?
Yeah.
Yep. So I think he's 16-1. Yeah. So I mean, it was bound to happen, but
Yeah, to the Giants.
Tommy DeVito. Did you see his agent?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
I think he might be a plant.
That guy
He's
is
an actor.
100% a plan.
Like,
He looks drippy.
You got the hat.
Yeah,
You
well,
got
it's
the.
kinda
Dude, he's got the
ridiculous.
hair.
He looks
for
like
it,
a
too.
mob boss. Like,
His hair was awesome. I want whoever does that guy's hair.
yeah, I can see that coming out that he's actually just like a paid actor for the league or something.
I mean, does Tommy DeVito actually have an agent?
It's his mom.
That was his mom.
I'm saying that his actual agent's his mom, dog.
So who was that guy then?
An
Like
actor.
His best friend? Oh, you're saying in your conspiracy theory in
Yes.
this world.
Dude, it's all about ratings and marketing. Trust me.
Yeah, the NFL is scripted. We all know that. Yep. Okay, and then Titans Dolphins.
Man, what a crazy game. We were talking about this earlier. I hate Mostert, first off and foremost. I hate a lot of people, but he has now risen to the top.
Shohei Ohtani.
Shohei Ohtani.
That's a new one.
Tony Romo.
Chris Collinsworth.
Chris Collinsworth. That lady from that one, the Apple commercial, I think, where she's singing the carols. Doesn't matter. Anyways.
He doesn't like K-Dog either.
But to cough up the ball twice and have at like the 30-yard line and have Mostert going twice for 2 tutties. You're down by 2 tutties. And then you somehow come back and win that game. What's going on? I turned it off.
Man.
I turned it
was
off.
going bonkers at the end of
And
that
then
game.
come back and they had 2 minutes left to win the game or whatever. It's crazy.
Yeah, you don't see this often. I mean,
That was in Miami too. I mean, the big thing, dude. No, it wasn't. Was it in Tennessee?
no, it was in Miami.
I mean, Tyreek was out most of the game,
Yeah.
and he got hurt with the ankle, and we don't really know. He's day to day now. And, like,
Yeah.
that's a big thing, dude. That offense is nothing. I watched that game because one of my fantasy seasons was on the line.
Did you get the win?
No, I'm
I
not.
thought you were talking about mine.
No. Tyreek is like, he's everything. Like, all of a sudden the offense started working when Tyreek was on the field because I don't want to say this, but I kind of think Tua is a fraud QB.
I don't know.
What?
He's a hard guy to judge.
I think he's
Didn't
kind
you
of
just say he was the MVP in the season?
yeah, but
Is that what you call?
but after watching him
going
without
on here?
without Tyreek, I think he's kind of a fraud. Like, dude, you should be carving the Titans. Their secondary is so bad.
They've tightened up over the season,
They're
but
still not great.
They've tightened up.
Oh,
speaking of hospital balls, I swear Tua hates Waddle.
yeah, he almost killed Waddle.
He almost kills him every game. Waddle's always getting banged up. Pisses me off as a Waddle owner, but I can see what you're saying. Tua is kind of fraudulent, and yeah, beyond Hill, they've got what River Craycraft and
Smythe?
no more Chosen Anderson. So
Cedric Wilson.
Dude, and also the only thing I also want to say is Achan is so much fun to watch.
Yeah,
that guy
that's
is
good.
his acceleration is nutty.
almost as quick as yours.
I was just gonna make that comment actually, almost as quick as mine, but not quite there. All right, boys, that was it. Also, one last final question: you answer yes or no. Are the Eagles frauds?
No, they just played 2 really good teams.
I think they're frauds.
I'm gonna say no. I think they'll tighten up. Get it? Tighten.
Yeah, I think they'll eagle up.
I think, they got embarrassed twice. You're going to be embarrassed the 3rd time. But
And now they're gonna take it out on us.
coming into the playoffs, I think, those type of teams tend to fix their holes in a way. And we'll see.
Yeah, they're about to be embarrassed by HCL. All right, Kid Dog, what's the standings?
Oh,
I actually don't. I genuinely don't know. Am I ahead?
Yeah, sure.
Did I win?
Sure, yeah. I'm sure.
Based on your guys'
I'm
reaction, I'm feeling good
you
about
have
this.
No idea. Yeah, so we're really coming down the stretch. We got a tight race, guys. So this week, unfortunately, Prophet J did take the win, not the lead. I don't see the lead. That's not true. He won. He went 9-6, while Coop and I went 8-7.
Thank you. That wasn't nearly as exciting as I thought it was.
It's anyone's game right now. Coop has fallen to 3rd with 120 wins. Prophet J's got 121, and I'm barely hanging on with 124. So
Yeah, I mean, all it takes is 1 week, really.
yeah,
So
it's tough.
I got some spicy matchups this week, some spicy
Okay.
picks, so don't worry.
So you're going for the
I'm
lead.
risking it.
You're going for the
for
lead,
the
okay.
brisket it.
Yeah. All right, so we take a quick break?
Yeah.
And we'll be back with Lions and Broncos fan. All right, welcome back to Shmokin Hot Takes. And I'm here with both infamous guests, BroncosFan42069 and LionsFan42069. And I'm guessing you guys are probably feeling the opposite after watching this past week of football. We'll start with you, Broncos fans, since we haven't had you on in a second. How are you feeling about the win? Good?
Yeah, I feel great. It's always good to finish a Sunday against a divisional rival, especially the Chargers. I grew up particularly disliking that team, especially with Phil Rivers.
So you were just ecstatic when Herbert broke his finger, huh? You're just like jumping for joy. You're just praising to the gods out there. Yeah, Herbert died.
No, I mean it's tough to see a quarterback like that finish the season early. My beef is more with the franchise than with the players, I guess.
Are you pretty tired of listening to Coop just suck off the Chargers every week, every week on this podcast?
Yeah, it's out of hand. Really.
It is.
I know. I've learned my lesson many times, Broncos fan.
But he hasn't, though. he's alluded to picking them against us this week. We'll see. We'll see.
Good Lord.
And Lions fan, are you okay?
Yep. No.
Yeah,
I've said many times, I hate the Lions. In the last few days.
Oh,
I think K-Dog was kind of onto something last week on his accusation.
I agree, but I also picked the Lions to win this game, so I wasn't quite on it. Like Coop picked the Bears. So.
Yeah, it was kind of an easy pick for me. You're gonna listen to this episode come out tomorrow, so you'll understand why. I already talked about it.
I mean, you kind of snipped it out the first time, almost.
Yeah,
right there.
That was like off the air when I did that one. But yeah, tell us about it. What's going on?
What's going on with Goff and Amon-Ra? That's my question.
I think obviously Goff is not playing how he's been playing the last year. And it's hard for me to tell. Is it all his fault or is it part of the offensive line's fault? Because that's always, that's their strength, but now it seems to be, now that it's not doing well, I think it's their greatest weakness. Because he's getting a lot more pressure, he's getting sacked more, and that's probably leading to all these turnovers that have suddenly appeared in the last 4 weeks or so. So I think that's the biggest problem. The defense just isn't great. Could be worse, but those are the big problems right now is the line. Amon-Ra dropped a few key balls, which is very rare, in this last week. But I think it's the line is the big worry for me. Something's wrong there, and something's wrong with Goff.
Yeah, that is. I feel like that's what we noticed, and we actually talked about it a little bit too earlier in the episode. That I was like, it's hard to say. It's hard to point to what's going wrong. And we all know you don't want to get Dan Campbell angry because he might try to bite some kneecaps or...
Yeah, what are they going to be biting off on their way back up now? Do you know?
Yeah, no? He's... Dan Campbell's still being Dan Campbell. He's still going for these crazy fourth downs.
Yeah, that's just their...
4th and 8.
Yeah, was there like a 4th and 9 that they 40. Went for?
Oh, wow.
It was something like that. It was
it's crazy.
Normally I would be okay with it, but given how bad their offense has been lately, I'm starting to wonder if maybe he should tone that down a little bit.
Right. Well, I think they're basically a lock for the playoffs, right?
Theoretically.
Yeah, so I think...
These are the Lions we're talking about.
But I think, you kind of treat these next few games... You just kind of test out what you can do to get better for the playoffs. I wouldn't necessarily think these are all, need to win. You want a better seed, right? But maybe that's why they're going for these fourth downs, that if they're in these crucial situations in the playoffs, they're going to need to pull a play out of their ass.
Do you think they're just practicing right
now? It could be. They're already our team kind of stinks right now. What can we do to fix it?
Maybe we just bench all the starters for the next month and just let it ride.
They need some more confidence. You can't enter the playoffs playing like they are right now and expect to have any success. So
fair enough.
I'm open to all ideas right now.
I think so.
Whatever can fix the mojo.
The Shmokin Hot Takes curse is very much alive. Broncos fan came on here. His team lost to the Texans, and Lions fan came on here. His team lost to the Bears.
So
Now they're playing each other.
Yeah,
this
what are
week.
you saying?
What's going to give?
Is there going to be a tie? Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
Our first tie.
what do you guys talk amongst yourselves a little bit? What are going to be the keys to win for both of your teams?
Go ahead, Broncos fan.
Well, I don't know, just doing what we have been doing. Turnovers are going to be key. That's what's been winning us games, honestly. I mean, we did just absolutely embarrass the Chargers and with 6 sacks last week, but if we can force Jared Goff to just keep making mistakes and throwing picks, then, I think it's going to be a very competitive game. I know that Broncos are going to be the underdog going to this, but there's momentum swinging their way. Fun fact, I didn't actually realize this, but Sean Payton and Dan Campbell have some history together, good history. Dan Campbell used to play for Sean Payton and coached underneath him.
Ah, so he's part of Bounty
At the
Gate.
Saints. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, but,
He was biting
they have
them,
a
too.
ring. They have a Super Bowl ring. But is it going to be this master apprentice situation we're going into this weekend? I'm not exactly sure, but I don't know. Maybe we will see more of those 4th down pushes from both sides. Both coaches trying to pull the rabbit out of the hat, kind of thing. So, otherwise, I mean, on offensively, just throw it to court. That's all that matters.
So what I'm hearing is Broncos fan needs some turnovers, and I feel like Goff's been just giving those up. So
Yeah,
game
and
script's
also
looking a little tough right now.
You want to merge her in?
we also need to make sure Aiden doesn't get too hot. We did pretty well against Khalil Mack this weekend, which was very promising, but I don't know, any given Sunday. So
Yeah, and Lions fan, are you nervous? Like, are you anxious? Like, what's going on? Like, do you feel like this game is winnable? Like, are you feeling
nervous.
confident?
I mean, to Broncos fans' point, yeah, Aiden's something to worry about, but he honestly doesn't have that much help on the D-line right now. And McNeil, their best interior lineman's out, so gives the Broncos some more opportunity to, team up on him to probably limit that. So, I mean, obviously, he still has potential to break out, but so I'm worried about that, the defensive line, and obviously, like you said, Jared Goff's been turning the ball over a lot. The Broncos win the takeaway game, it's going to be hard for the Lions to keep up, especially with kind of how they've been playing. So I think, the key is going to be control Sutton. Cam's going to have a big day against him. And I think the Lions need to, honestly, they need to get Jameson Williams more involved. I think they've been doing that lately, but if they can give the ball to him more, I think, just getting him out in space should take some pressure off Goff and just kind of let him do some of the work.
Yeah. So do you guys think like each of your own teams will win? Or do you feel like the Lions are going to win and the Broncos are going to win? Like,
every bone in my body, when I'm seeing the Lions -5, I'm thinking, I don't know about that. It could be a sneaky little Broncos money line. That's the logical piece of me. But then the other part of me just wants to get hurt again, and I got to choose the Lions here. What am I saying?
Nice.
What about you,
Yeah,
Broncos Broncos fan?
I really want to lay into the momentum piece. I'm also aware of the curse that this podcast can have on a fan. So, it's tough to really say outright that it's obviously a Denver win, but and especially, I don't know. Lions might be on fraud alert, but they're still 9-4 in a very, very tough league. And they're playing from home. They'd have a lot to prove. but
So what
Saturday
are
night
you
prime
picking?
time.
You got to pick.
I mean, I'm gonna have to still pick Denver. We're tied with 5 other teams.
Nice.
We need a win. So
Nice.
I think, should we say our picks too?
Yeah, we'll go ahead and do our picks too.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, Coop.
All right, so I think this is going to be a big bounce back game for the Lions.
Oh.
So, to me, my
Let's
biggest
go.
gripe for Denver is being able to keep up with the opposite team's offense. You kind of might be deceived with their last game, saying, "Oh, they put up all these points against the Chargers." Well, I believe at least one of those came from a defensive touchdown, correct? And they were just kind of set up on the opponent's side of the field quite a bit. So if that doesn't, I mean, then it kind of falls back to Jared Goff turning the ball over. As long as he doesn't do that, I think Lions are just going to outpace them. At the end of the day, I just don't see that Broncos offense really keeping up. So
Well, I'll split. I'm going with the Broncos on this
Oh,
one.
he's riding.
I'm pretty surprised that they're 5-point underdogs. That just doesn't seem right to me. Even on the road, like I don't really understand that, given how the Lions have played. Yeah, I don't know. I agree with Broncos fan. They're the hotter team. They need it more too. I mean, the Lions still have a comfortable lead in the division.
Yeah.
Even though don't they play the Vikings twice to end the year? So I guess maybe it's not as comfortable as I may think. But I don't know. I just think the Broncos are the hotter team right now. So.
But if you think about it, there is that theory: hot teams tend to lose, don't they?
Yeah, but they've only. I mean, as far as winning streak, they've only. They lost to the Texans. They already got that loss out of them. So.
That's true.
Who do you guys think? What animal do you think would win in a fight? A lion or a bronco?
A lion,
A lion,
easily.
100%.
Yeah, you're probably right. But I think the Broncos are going to turn around and kick the Lions in the mouth.
Were you expecting us to say that? Where were you
was
going
hoping
with that?
That's just the bit, man. Yeah, I'm on the Broncos side. I'm picking the underdog here.
Or the
And
under horse.
The under horse.
Yes.
You know what my reasoning is for this? It's completely not football related. Russ just had a baby.
Oh yeah, congrats.
Another one.
With Sierra or someone else?
Well, you never know. But now he just had a kid, and he's gonna have just that big baby daddy energy this game. He's gonna have a day. He's gonna ball out. He's like, this is my first game after my newborn. Can't be bad.
Right.
I can't play
Doing it for the
horrible.
baby.
Doing it for the baby, whatever this name is. So, yeah, that's my pick.
I'm with you, LionsFan42069. Let's get it. Restore the roar, baby.
Let's go.
Well,
Glad you
sounds
have
like
my,
a jaguar.
glad you have my side. You're that Broncos fan?
I hear it, but there's obviously a lot more sounder minds and logic going on at this
Yeah, like baby talk.
Right.
Yeah, I'm riding with the Broncos.
Were you
Yee! All right.
That's pretty good. Wow.
Were you aware of this baby storyline, Broncos fan 42069, or is this news to you?
No, I was aware. I do follow Russ on Instagram, and
Oh, I'm sorry.
that man does love to post pictures of his family, and
Just got a little bit bigger.
Just got a little bit bigger.
Yeah, that's
I
right.
mean, he also stole like one of Future's kids too, so
True.
he's a big family.
Yeah, they're doing well. Well, fellas, you guys have any last comments for the pod, for the viewers about this game? You guys got any money on this? Any bets between yourselves that you got on this one?
Not yet.
I haven't discussed that yet.
I know.
I feel like you guys got to make
It's
one.
the perfect time to do
like
it.
live on air. What do we got? A hundo, a grand,
A shotgun?
a shotgun.
The FaceTime a shotgun, that's for sure.
Nice.
All right, you heard it
I
here,
think that's
folks. A FaceTime shotgun. All right, fellas. Well, thanks for coming on. We appreciate you. I'll be rooting for the Broncos.
Go Lions.
And we'll get some Lions
Let's
roars in the midst. All right. Thanks, guys. We'll talk to you later.
Thanks,
Thanks for having us on.
See ya.
See you guys.
Yeah.
All right, folks. That was Lions fan 42069 and Broncos fan 42069. What great guys.
And this wasn't brought up, we're gonna have boots on the ground for this game.
Really?
LionsFan42069
Oh, he's gonna be there.
will be there.
Oh.
So
He'll be shotgunning if he loses from the stadium.
with Jared Goff.
As Dan Campbell's biting off his knee. All right, let's go to some of the other games we got. All right. And we're making Coop go first on this one because it's Thursday night.
I wanted to make you guys.
I'm
go
picking
first.
the opposite. Just kidding. I already have a circle. All right, we got the Raiders and we got the Chargers.
Please don't pick the Raiders.
Raiders -3, over under 34. This is a gross. Wow, that's really low.
We got a rookie quarterback, an aging vet receiver, and
Max Dugan.
semi-decent running back.
But you got Kellen Moore.
Who do you think I'm picking? It's the Raiders, baby.
No.
I'm sorry, I'm not gonna pick a Max Duggan or
No.
Easton Stick-led Chargers. No, you got the Raiders. I mean, I've been picking the Raiders too a lot this year when I probably shouldn't have been, but
That's
they've been,
true.
In closer games. I just think, the Chargers in their current state just don't match up well. So yeah, I got the Raiders.
That's so unfortunate. I have the Raiders too.
Well, then it's a wash. It doesn't
I've got
matter.
the Raiders as well.
No. This used to be a freebie, dude.
Congrats, Chargers fans.
Yeah. You guys got the freest dub of all time. Like, this curse is so real.
Yeah.
Like, this is going to be like a win that somehow saves Brandon Staley's job and then, like, puts, like, Easton Stick on the map.
Let's just say I also have money on the Raiders for this game.
You have money on him?
Yeah.
Really?
So,
How do you have money? Why are you putting money on him?
don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Do you feel that confident about this one?
Maybe.
Oh, we're really screwed then.
What's the line in this one? Do we know?
3 for the Raiders.
Okay.
That's
That's just a product of being at home too. So
Probably. It could go either way. Which
interesting. That's interesting.
I do think the Raiders win
No.
this one pretty easy.
Yeah, they should. I mean, you got Aiden O'Connell who's been playing the whole year, or most of the year as a rookie.
And he
then-
doesn't
and
look
then-
that bad.
Doesn't look that bad. You still got Devontae Adams, Jacoby Myers, Josh Jacobs, and against
Jacobs did get
Keenan
hurt.
Allen's is kind
He
of
did get hurt in last game.
Eckler's on his way out. Easton Stick, who the hell is that? A hockey player? So
He's got the stick. All right, let's go to Bengals Vikings. The Vikings. The Bengals are the 3.5 point favorite with an over under 39.5. I am taking the Bengals in this one. I don't really trust Nick Mullins to lead the Vikings over this team. I mean, again, we're going to the battle of the backups, which we're going to be saying for quite a few of these games. But Jake Browning is he's already proven that he can do it through 2 games. I have a feeling he can do it against this Vikings team who... Are they going to have JJ? We don't really know.
probably not.
But even with JJ with Nick Mullins,
Yeah.
not that exciting. So
I think they shut JJ down probably for the rest of the year. Yeah, Nick Mullins sucks. I got the Bengals too. I mean, they just look too hot right now. Browning looks amazing.
this is a Jake Browning revenge game against his former team.
Oh, what a great storyline.
Yeah, I got the Bengals too, simply because with Josh Dobbs getting benched, I wouldn't be surprised if we see him this game. If Nick Mullins doesn't perform how we expect, which probably isn't going to be very good. Both teams are making playoff pushes. Vikings probably have a better chance just because they are 7-6 and the NFC is a mess. But I think the Bengals get this one, especially at home.
All right, then we're going to go to another battle of the backups. Colts versus Steelers. Colts 2.5 point favorites. Over under 42.
I got the Steelers.
Wow.
Yep, I
You're
got
kidding.
the Steelers. So I wanted to pick this as one of my maybe get a win off you guys games.
You're just blowing from stupid.
Go ahead, that's fine. Mitch Trubisky actually didn't look too bad.
For me. Sorry.
You still got the Steelers defense, which is top notch.
They just got carved up by the Patriots.
I don't
How
care.
does that make you
Doesn't
feel?
matter.
That negates
Mike
your
Tomlin's
whole
pissed
statement.
off.
That
I don't know.
negates your whole statement.
All right, go
You
ahead.
just got zapped.
You guys got Colts?
No, I'm pooping with Coop on this.
I love that.
I've got the Steelers.
We need that on a t-shirt.
That was awesome.
We need that on a t-shirt. That's t-shirt worthy right there. That's funny.
Maybe I won't rebrand.
Yeah, I forgot. I was gonna ask you about that. How that rebrand is going.
There's something in the works.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, for now,
He also told me he's trying to take my brand. He said the prophet title is up for grabs.
Okay,
Maybe
so
whoever wins this year gets.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm
But
saying.
then what
So,
am I?
You're just Jay.
I'm Smelly J.
Yeah.
Well, now you're trying to come after my
I
brand.
think the very first episode we called you Biggie J, so you can go back to that.
Yeah.
No, I don't.
But yeah, that was kind of what I was suggesting is like the winner of the whole, like, you know, whoever gets the MVP pick, stuff like that, the standings and this, stuff like that, it becomes the profit.
How do we even do MVP? Well, I guess we'll decide later. But like whoever has the lowest odds
I don't know.
for like.
We'll decide.
We'll evaluate.
But you picked Jalen Hurts. That was such an easy pick.
But this will
put
be
it
off
all-
air, smokers. Let's just
We're
continue.
gonna put it all into our algorithm, and we'll figure it out.
The K-Dog
But anyway,
special.
Yeah, I'm
We're
riding
gonna
with,
take AI.
I'm riding with Steelers. They're better coached. I mean, Mike Tomlin's never had a losing record. That means he loses the Patriots. That means he's got to win this one. You know. It's
All
just
right,
like-
give me the
go.
Colts.
You win, you lose one, you win one.
Give me the Colts.
I got that game back off of Prophet J over there. I mean, you know, Biggie J,
Yeah.
whatever.
All right.
I'm surprised you're going with the Colts.
No,
Or you're
I'm-
so confident about the Colts. I
I'm
should say.
not.
Why are you so confident?
Gardner
actually?
Minshew
They
revenge
just got
game.
blown out by the Bengals.
Gardner Minshew revenge game. Why is it
never
a
played for
revenge
the
game?
Steelers.
Because he
His
lost
ties.
last week.
It's like, what ties does he have to? Okay.
He really doesn't like Mike Tomlin.
What do
Trust me, he told me. All right, we already talked about Lions Broncos. We'll go to the Panthers Falcons. Is there much discussion here?
No,
Yeah,
never
Falcons.
picking the.
You don't want to pick the Panthers?
Never
Coop?
picking the Panthers
We're
again.
shutting down the Panthers the rest of the year.
All right, Falcons.
Falcons.
My Shmokin out take. I'm not actually using as much Shmokin out take is Bijan 200 yards this game.
What?
You know,
You can't just say you have another smoking
you know
out
guys,
take.
I'm not changing my pick, obviously, but like the fact that we were so confident about the Falcons there, this could be a game the Panthers win. I feel like.
True.
I mean, okay, so here's the weird thing, right? So we said last week on the pod when it was like the Lions and Bears, and most of us thought like Lions would win. Lions are only a 3-point favorite. Falcons are only a 3-point favorite this game.
Yeah, it feels like one they could lose, but I'll ride with them though.
I don't care.
We're riding. We're flying.
I mean, it's a wash. We picked all. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. it
All
doesn't
right,
matter.
Browns Bears. Brown Bear car wash. Browns 3.5-point favorite. Over under 37.5. I'm gonna start this one. I'm feeling spicy.
Oh, he's
First
got.
of my spicy picks. I'm taking the Brown. No, I'm kidding. I'm taking the Bears.
Uh,
Roar.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you for one of those. I'm taking the Browns.
Coop poop has spoken. Wait, I didn't get my Browns. I didn't get my Bears shtick.
Oh, sorry. Go
Go
ahead.
for it. Go for it.
So the Browns defense is looking kind of sus lately.
Not against the Jaguars.
Well, that's because T-Law shouldn't have been playing that game.
Or maybe that's just how good they are.
And Justin, I think honestly, I'm expecting a big day out of Fields and DJ Moore, both. And I'm calling for, you know how we've been saying Flacco's been kind of pooping it up out there in a good way. Well, I think he'd be pooping it up in a bad way.
Okie dokie. Who you got
We
there?
need like a fart. We need a fart sound on the sound.
So-
That's just me.
I mean, the Bears. I like your Bears pick. I mean, they're like quietly. They've won 3 out of the last 4. They look pretty decent doing it, but I don't know. The Browns are at home. I think I just mentioned earlier on the pod that I'm kind of back on the Browns train with going to the playoffs. So that means they got to win this game. So
Yeah, I agree.
Great. Easy game for me to move forward on. All right, Packers Bucks. Packers are the 3.5-point favorite after losing to the Giants. It's a 41.5-point over under.
I'm going Packers because they're just
Same.
They're at home.
Buccaneers, baby.
Why? Why are you going Bucks?
Arr!
No, that's not an answer.
I don't know. Packers are kind of on the downfall. I know you look at that team, how they've been playing, pretty good. So you think it could be a bounce back. But I don't know. Buccaneers been playing pretty good too. Just beat the Falcons, so that's pretty crazy.
Is it?
Yeah, game of
The
year
team that's
right there.
3-point favorites to the bottom feeder Panthers. The Panthers aren't even the Panthers are on like a vegan diet this year. They're not eating any meat.
I just think Vita Vea eats.
He does eat.
Dylan alive.
UW alum.
Aaron Jones is gone. So you got somebody named something Washington or something back there.
Something like Tucker or Pucker.
Pucker Washington. I don't know. I got Buccaneers here, so just see it happen.
Ready for a legacy Mayfield 14 for 30, 2 touchdowns with a 100-yard.
I mean, okay, so Mike Evans was pretty non-existent last game.
No, I was giving
So, he
Mayfield-
he needs to get involved, which I think they will. I mean, he's your perennial.
perennial.
There you go. 1,000-yard receiver. You can't just throw to him 3 times or whatever. So
We're on the flip side. He already hit that 1,000, so he's like, I think I'm done.
He's sleeping.
I'm good.
All right, let's go to the Titans Texans. I'm pretty tight for this game.
Oh.
Don't know what that means. I was just trying to make one of your guys' Titan jokes. All right, 2.5 point favorite is the Titans. They're the favorite in this. So you know who I'm picking. Even if Davis Mills is in this game, I'm picking the Texans.
That surprises me. I'm picking the Tits, baby. We got Derrick Henry against Houston Texans. I know Houston Texans defense has been looking kind of good lately,
Right.
but if you don't have C.J. Stroud, you kind of the defense is going to be put in a lot of hard situations, being on the field a lot. Derrick Henry's going to be running the ball. If it's not Derrick Henry, it's Tajay Spears. I think Spears is actually looking like
He looked really good.
pretty
this
dang
last
good
week.
running back
We
as
didn't
well.
talk about him, but he
yeah.
was good.
And Levis Hopkins, that's become a thing. Pretty consistent.
This line must be assuming that Stroud's not playing.
I think
right?
so,
Because
too.
if Stroud's in, they're the favorite, right?
No, you don't have Nico Collins probably. You don't have Tank Dell. So you got Noah Brown, and then
And you know, Schultz. Is Schultz still out? Is he on IR?
I don't know. But yeah, I'm taking the Titans.
Guys, we're a football pod. What are we doing here? Oh, no, no. That's your former boy.
Yeah, well, I'm a Jake Ferguson fan.
It's my boy!
I've lost any.
Yeah, there we go!
All
I'm a
right.
Jake Ferguson guy. Anyway,
Shmokin Hot Takes. Tell me if that sounds
I-
like Mr. Krabs.
A little bit.
I've got. This is one of those where like we're picking this on Tuesday and we don't know. Like
Yeah,
CJ Stroud
this is a
playing is
tough one.
huge, you know. But I'm assuming he is playing. Maybe I should say I hope he's playing because I'm picking the Texans here.
Oh. All right.
Nice.
Yeah, just because they got to make the playoffs. The Titans, I mean, they did just beat the Dolphins. That was impressive.
Yeah, but that was more.
Kind
I
of
feel like that
lucky,
was a
though.
Dolphin shooting themselves in the
Yeah.
foot.
I mean,
kind of
Titans
thing.
shot themselves in the foot twice to give Mostert 2 touchdowns that he did not need.
Really?
That
He
kicked
didn't
me
need
out
those?
of the second bye
Really?
in the playoffs.
Wait, you haven't mentioned this. What?
All right, let's
Are
go.
you upset by this? Do you not like Mostert anymore?
I hate him. Okay.
He
Let's
used to be your
continue.
favorite running back.
We gotta be careful. Coop's gonna put out like a hit list in like 10 years and like all these famous people.
I wish I had the death note.
Otani's not gonna get any of that money. He's Do you keep up with baseball stuff? Do you know who Shohei Otani is?
I do. Yes.
Do you see that he deferred $680 million?
I think I heard that. Yeah, but I don't know the context of it at all.
So in the okay, well,
We can talk about it off air. Let's
this
go.
is not a
Curious.
baseball podcast. Shmokin Hot Takes baseball edition. All right, Saints versus the Giants. Saints are 6-point favorites. I'm going in on this. I got the Giants.
G-Men are gonna lose, baby. Every time Tommy DeVito takes a step away from New York, he loses power. Guess where this is? It's in New Orleans.
Yeah, but you know what New Orleans shares with New York?
The Big Apple.
New.
Anyways, I got the Saints here. You know, these young QBs oftentimes I feel like go on these hot streaks. They come into the league. There's not really a lot of film on them. I mean, is that really an excuse to not play well against them? Probably not. But things kind of catch up to them, I think. And I think this game is going to be a catch-up game. Saints kind of have a pretty good defense. They got Kamara. They got Carr.
They got
I got the Saints.
Olave.
I got the Saints here.
Yeah, I'm with Coop. I got the Saints.
Oh, you almost said
Freudian
it. He
slip.
switched. He switched.
God, I wouldn't have been able to take that one back once you say it. It's
Just
too late.
locked.
It's Carr.
It's
It's
just locked to
Stone.
C-dubs.
Yeah, I mean, Tommy DeVito, like, yes, he's 3-1, which doesn't make any sense to me, but he's doing that while throwing for like 150 yards. Like, these wins are not.
You know
pretty.
who was also 3-1 to start their career? Tom Brady.
Okay. Let's continue.
Was he though? I hope Tom Brady was 3-2 for Danny DeVito's sake, because Saints are winning this one.
All right, Dolphins, Jets. Dolphins are 8.5-point favorites. Over under 39.
We'll
Who's taking the Jets here? One of us
I
is.
was gonna save Prophet J for last because you hinted at
Who's taking the Jets?
here.
I will not take the Jets here, and I can see why you would. Zach Wilson looking better. I like Zach Wilson. Not playing. He already got benched, like you said. He's kind of playing like what's there to lose. So
Zach
I think he's
Wilson,
pretty.
revenge game?
Why?
Because he's revenge against every team at this point.
Anyways, he's kind of got a chip on his shoulder, but I just think Dolphins are going to be a bit too much for him. They already played once before, too, so.
Yeah. K-Dog?
I got the Dolphins. Let's not overthink this.
Well, I'm overthinking this. And I'm still picking the Dolphins.
Come on, guy.
Come on.
All
Come
right.
on.
Come
You're just
on.
going from stupid
What?
to-
They should have at least dropped this.
You're as cold as ice.
All right. Enough of this. Enough of this shenanigans. All right. Patriots, Chiefs. Is anyone taking the Pats?
No, thank you.
Crickets. No.
K-Dog was looking. He was looking like.
No, I have my Patriots fix that I've been searching for all year. I hit it last week, and
Fair enough.
now I'm.
He's done. He's
Yeah.
You're
You think I'm gonna
cleansed.
pick him over the Chiefs?
You're cleansed. All right. Probably in the same. Oh.
I was just gonna say, I think the Chiefs are gonna take out some anger on the Pats.
Yeah.
I think this might be
a beatdown.
a
What are they?
beatdown.
They're favored by like 10, I think.
Yeah, they're gonna drop. They're gonna drop like 2 times as many.
It's kind of
passes.
crazy they're not favored by more than 10, honestly.
I'm
I guess-
showing 13 and a.
Oh, okay.
Oh no 9.5.
Yeah,
I take
it's
that
gonna
back.
be a
I was looking at the
blowout.
next
You know
game.
what? That actually got bet down then because I saw it at 10. So that means people are betting on the Patriots.
That was
Really?
weird to me.
Is that how that works?
I think so.
Well, no, the spread. Like, yeah, if you get more money, then.
They got to adjust.
Sure.
All right. Same vein. Cardinals, Niners. 13. Dude, actually it's crazy here. So the Niners was the Cardinals. So this spread I think is the same, maybe more or less than when the Niners played the Hawks. I think we had a 14.5 point spread.
Oh, really?
When
Like
they-
just this past week?
Yes. And this is less. So does Vegas think the Cardinals are better than the Hawks?
I wouldn't be surprised. I think they kind of are too.
That's buffoonery.
So this might surprise you, but what about to say?
Well, the Cardinals did beat the boys.
But I'm picking the Niners.
Why was I surprised? I thought you were actually going Cardinals. This does feel like, I don't know. I'm also going with the Niners.
Interdivisional game kind of vibe,
Yeah.
you know.
It wouldn't be crazy for the Cardinals to win. I think when they played earlier this year, the 49ers won, but like it wasn't a blowout. Granted,
No, it's
that
close.
Was, That was the Josh Dobbs Cardinals, I believe. But
Ooh.
remember that?
Yeah. Briefly.
I got the Niners. Not
He's
set.
like, who am I going to pick on the fly here?
I got them circled. All right, Rams, Commanders. Rams 6.5 point favorite. Over unders 49.5. I got the Rams. I think they're gonna keep playing hot. Some might say they're a top 10 team. Some might say they're a top 5 team. Wait to see. No, but Stafford, Kupp, Nakua, Kyron Williams, the defense, they're all looking hot. I'm in it. And the Commanders, honestly, they're not. I mean, they're gonna fire Ron Rivera at the end of the season. They're not playing for anything.
Yeah.
I got the Commanders. If you couldn't hear me in the back. I think they're playing with nothing to lose. Kind of like Zach Wilson, you know? They always just kind of play these sneaky close games. I know they got blown out by the Cowboys, but they almost beat the Eagles twice. That doesn't really look that great when the Cowboys blow out the Eagles. But, I don't know. Rams are kind of hit and miss as well as a team. It's kind of like, what are they? Are they good? Are they bad?
They're good. They've been
so I
playing
think-
hot the last 3 weeks.
I think the Commanders can put together a pretty dang good game and beat them. I actually have a Shmokin not taking this game that I'll be bringing up at the end of the app. So, take it away.
I mean, I hear you.
I don't.
Like, I consider taking the Commanders, but I think the Rams are a good team, and I think they're home. They're playing for a playoff spot. This is a big game for them. The Commanders, their season's over, so
Truth.
I'm going Rams.
Great.
Free dub.
All right. Speaking of free dubs, got the Bills and the boys.
Yeah, here we go.
So the Cowboys are the underdog. How do you feel
Isn't
about that,
that
K-Dog?
crazy?
2.5 point favorite to the
It's
Bills.
not crazy to me because the Bills, the Vegas really respects the Bills because they like every like category. I feel like they. I mean, I think they're like top 5 in point differential. They're like they have the ability to dominate teams. They're at home. This game is scary. Like I don't feel very good about it. I know I said that last week too, so maybe I'm just like scared to be high on the boys. But I am picking the Cowboys. I mean, I think the stats support them as being the better team. They're top 5 in scoring offense and scoring the defense. Number 3 in turnover differential. They kind of just they've been dominating on all sides of the ball. So, but it is scary. The Bills are kind of desperate right now. So
Yeah. I mean, they got to sneak into the playoffs, right? Because they're not. I think there's 4 other teams ahead of them for the wild card.
I mean, they're in the thick of it, but yeah, like they need to pull ahead.
It's definitely. I think it's gonna be. I don't think it's gonna be the game of the week. Well, it could actually. I think this is gonna be the game of the week. Yeah, so as much as I love hyping up the Bills right now, because I think like ever since they got rid of their OC, they've been on a really hot streak. Who was that guy's name? Ken Dorsey? Good riddance. Send him into the sun. Bills Mafia, put him on a table and jump through it. I got the boys in this game.
Okay.
Dak Prescott, Tony Pollard, Mike McCarthy, and no Kellen Moore, baby. This team.
You didn't even want to bring up CeeDee Lamb?
Nah, he's not.
You brought up Tony Pollard instead of CeeDee Lamb.
Brandon Aubrey.
Well,
I thought that was going to be a Brandon.
here's my pick.
Yeah, there we go.
I'm going to be hearing that a lot.
Yeah, you will.
Because they're going to be down and having to
Because
throw
they're
the
going to
ball.
be down and throwing the ball out. I got the Bills, baby. I got the Bills. I looked at this game. I said, who's K-Dog going to pick? Oh, of course it's going to be the Cowboys.
Okay, that can't be your reason. Come on.
Well,
No, it makes sense.
yes, this is a game where I could take one off of him. It's more of a 50-50 pick. And it just makes sense for me to do that so I can get a game here.
No, that's a good Bills
So.
pick because I feel obligated to take the Cowboys, but like the Bills could very much win this game.
And the Bills have been playing hot. I mean, as long as Josh
Bills are
Allen
a
doesn't
good football
turn
team.
the ball over.
Dude, Josh Allen has thrown 3 picks this game.
you
One
want to
to
take a
Darren-
shotgun bet on this?
Pick 6, Darren Bland.
All right, let's go. Continue.
One more over the record. Jaguars, Ravens. Ravens 3.5 point favorite. Over under for 43.5. I mean, I assume we'll have T-Law again, unless somehow he re-aggravated the ankle. I'm taking the Ravens. I've been high on the Ravens this whole season. They stomped the Hawks. They've been stomping good teams.
Yeah, they got a great quarterback, don't they?
They don't have a good quarterback.
Well, they just got one, Malik Cunningham. Maybe we'll see him a little bit.
They should have brought back Joe Flacco for a little redemption.
Oh yeah.
Who you got, K-Dog?
I got the
Who?
Ravens. You can't pick the Jaguars.
You're not picking the Jags.
In the state of Trevor Lawrence, right? With the way Trevor Lawrence just played.
3 picks.
Until I see otherwise, I gotta go the Ravens.
I got the Ravens, too. Why would we pick the Jags in this game?
Yeah,
and that's why the Jags are going to win, because we all picked the Ravens.
Could be. This is Sunday night. This is a good game.
So it's going to be a good game. It could go either way.
How are the Bills Cowboys not on one of the prime times? That's my question.
Doesn't matter.
I guess we get a lot of Cowboys prime time.
Yeah.
You don't need
They gotta
your
count
ego
it.
stroked any more than that. All right, Seahawks, Eagles. This is at Lumen in Seattle. The Lou.
The Lou, is that what they call it?
Well, kinda, yeah.
The Loogie.
Dude, our stadium names are so terrible. We have Climate Pledge Arena,
Right.
the Lou, T-Mobile Park. Come on. All right. Anyways, Eagles 3.5 point favorites. Over under is 47.5. I got the Hawks.
Really?
I honestly think my Shmokin takes about this game. The Hawks are winning this game easy. Easy. The Eagles are fraudulent. That defense, it ain't there.
So,
That offense, they came out. The Eagles even said that they were one of the most predictable offenses in the league, or maybe it was a different team.
why? Because they go for it on 4th and 1 every time?
No, because they stink.
Anyways, I'll jump into mine.
All right.
I got the Hawks as well, and I know K-Dog's going to pick the Eagles over there, because it makes sense. I'm going to break it down for you. The Eagles have just gotten embarrassed twice in a row. They're pissed off. And they're going to take it out on these Seahawks. So it's kind of like when I talked about the Ravens game a while ago. We're either going to beat them by 3 or get absolutely destroyed in this game, because the Eagles are a top team. I know we feel pretty good because of what we've seen the last 2 weeks, the amount of points being put up on the Eagles. But I could definitely see them coming in there and just wiping us all over the floor.
But think about we played well against the boys.
Yes.
We played well against the Niners.
Yeah.
The Eagles got destroyed by both teams. Absolutely
They're
obliterated.
pissed off about it.
Yeah, I'm pissed. The Hawks are pissed about their losing streak too.
I don't know. If we don't have Witherspoon, we got to guard Devonta Smith, A.J. Brown. We don't even hear about Tariq Woolen anymore.
He had one good play this last
We
game.
talked about that earlier, or on Sunday. I haven't heard his name uttered at all. So, I don't know. Our defense, it's not like our defense is any much better than theirs.
And Adams needs to tackle. I don't know what the hell Adams is doing anymore. That guy stinks. That was the biggest robbery on the planet.
So you got.
Yeah, I mean,
No, he's taking the Eagles, folks.
I gotta take the Eagles. I'm sorry. Like it's just Now, do I want the Eagles to win? Of course not. Like, I'm going to be the biggest Seahawk fan. I'm going to be a bigger Seahawk fan than you guys.
No, that's not possible.
Go Hawks. But
Go Hawks.
But, like, the Eagles...
Can we get that on the soundboard?
I can't... Yeah, let's not revisit that. Eagles can't lose 3 in a row. They have to win this. This is their get-right game.
I agree.
There's a period team. I know they have flaws. Their defense doesn't look very good, but this is a game they should win.
This isn't like...
I don't think it'll be close.
Sorry to interrupt,
but I
but
think it is.
this isn't a 49ers game to me where, like, I look at that game and it's like, I don't know how we beat them. Like, I know how we beat the Eagles,
Yeah.
but I can also just see them beating us pretty
If
handily.
we win and the boys win, are you guys in first in the division?
You already are.
So right now we're first, but...
Are you tied for first?
No, we have the tiebreaker right now, but if both teams win out, the Eagles get the tiebreaker, if that makes sense. It's like the remaining... Just how the remaining games work out.
Oh, weird.
Okay, so if we win,
so the Cowboys...
you guys own it.
Yeah, that would be great. Assuming the Cowboys win.
Great. All right,
But
that'll happen.
the Cowboys need to steal a game from the Eagles
All right.
the rest of the year. So this would be a good one.
Gotcha.
All right. And then, yeah, sounds good. And then people just make sure to, be rooting for me as I claim the throne here on picks this following week. So,
Yeah, we have a tight race. I don't
Coop,
know.
what are you going to do? You're
We
dead
seem-
last.
We seem pretty...
You can't hear the haters. He's cleaning out his ears because he can't hear the haters
It's
right
just
now.
funny. I've literally been ahead of Profit, quotations, Jay, all season long, and as soon as he gets one game on me,
Yeah,
he's
I
the
know.
king of the world.
You're one game behind and dead last. How does that feel?
That's fine.
That's crazy. How are you going to...
We're all within 4 games of each other, so I'm good. We got a lot of weeks left, boys.
I will say this week our picks are pretty all around. We're pretty similar this week.
I feel like we had some
have a few
odd
different
ones
ones.
off.
I got some hot ones.
Yeah.
All right,
I always bring the hotness, and look where I still am, huh?
dead last.
I'm just saying, if that Thursday curse didn't exist, I'd be up 20 games. I think.
20 games. All right, let's go to power rankings. K-Dog, kick us off.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna start off with a team returning to the list. I've talked about them a couple times this podcast. That's the Cleveland Browns.
Oh,
They're back.
Nice.
The Joe Flacco-led Browns. Number 9, after a pretty ugly loss against the Bears, I got the Lions. I actually considered taking the Lions out of the top 10, but I was like, no, that's kind of crazy.
Wow.
That's kind of crazy. But I considered it.
Some might.
Number 8, I had the Broncos.
Whoa.
If they lose to the Lions, they're probably out. But I still kind of believe in them right now. Number 7, I got the Chiefs. They're just... What can you say? They're just not what they used to be, clearly. Number 6, I have the Dolphins. Number 5, I've got the Eagles. That must be the lowest they've been all year. Number 4, I got the Bills. They moved up quite a bit from not being on the top 10 a few weeks ago. Number 3, I got the Ravens. Number 2, until further notice, Cowboys are the second best team in the NFL. I hope you guys have them too. Until the Cowboys lose, they will not be moving from that spot. Unless, of course, they take over my number 1 team, the 49ers. But I don't really see that happening for the foreseeable future.
Oh, man, you guys are going to hate my list.
So we'll
Please
see.
tell me you took the Seahawks off.
We'll go ahead and save that for after mine. So I'll start off with 10. I kind of forgot about the Broncos until K-Dog said it. Looking back, I might have put them here. But I actually have the Bengals here because they looking like the new hotness with Jake Browning. So I'd go 11 Broncos, 10 Bengals back on my list. You never would have thought they'd come back. But maybe I stole a little bit of probably Jay's thunder over there. But
That's insane to me that you guys would even... I didn't even consider that.
Then at 9, I got the Browns coming back on the list. 8, the Dolphins fall. Pretty far. 7, the Lions. 6, the Chiefs. 5, the Bills. 4, Eagles. You have the Bills over the Eagles. And you still got to have that tiebreaker. The Eagles did beat the Bills.
I don't care.
Okay.
It's 2 weeks
Anyways,
later.
3, Ravens. 2, got the Cowboys. Number 1, 49ers. How are we doing over there, Prophet Jay?
Oh, boy. Let's crank up the heat. It's been like a cool 70 degrees in here. We're going to 150. We're doubling. Doubling and more.
Dear God.
All right. Number 10. I have the Seattle Seahawks.
Are you serious?
I do.
Why?
Because they're better.
You're clowning, right?
No, I do. Because you know what? There's no other team that's better than them.
The Bengals?
Just wait.
Well, we'll see.
That should be on this list ahead of them.
Let's revisit that statement once you.
All right.
Yeah, let's hear
Oh,
some
you
more.
guys are going to
Once
love
you've
this.
done
All right, number 9. I have the Bengals.
Okay.
Jake Browning-led Bengals.
Been there, done that.
Yeah. Well, you kind of stole my thought.
That's you guys are both crazy.
All right, number 8. Well, you just wait. I got the Browns.
Okay,
That's not crazy.
That's
Okay, fine. That's fine. All right, how about this? Number 7. Got the L.A. Rams.
Who are you dropping on the? Okay,
All right, that's
here's-
actually kind of crazy.
No, it's not because they
that's
played.
Not, I don't.
I give respect to good wins or good losses. If you can't already
Didn't
see.
the Rams play the Browns?
Yeah,
And
they lost. So
you have them above the Browns?
yeah, because they almost beat
No,
the Ravens.
Rams beat the Browns. Didn't they?
Oh yeah, they did.
Yeah,
They
remember?
did.
Just 2 weeks ago.
Thank you. All right, number 6, we got the Chiefs. This is where it normalizes out a little bit.
It's a football pod.
Number 5, I got the boys.
What?
serious?
I'm kidding. I'm
You had them at
kidding.
2
I'm
last
kidding.
week.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I have the Eagles at 5.
Okay.
You don't need to punch any soundboards, all right? Number 4, I got the Bills. Jumping up, actually brand new back onto my list. Which I honestly,
Wow.
I shouldn't have.
From nothing to 4.
I should have had them earlier on last week.
Reactionary.
Number 3, I have the boys.
Really?
Number 2, I have the Ravens.
What?
Number 1, the
I
Niners.
don't agree with that. So the Ravens with no quarterback are that a quarterback you don't like are ahead of the Cowboys right now.
So what justified you putting the Ravens over the Cowboys this week when you had the Cowboys over the Ravens last week?
That's a great question. Honestly, I don't value that Eagles win that much after watching them play these past 2 weeks. Like the Eagles just look like trash. Versus
The Ravens
the Ravens winning over the Rams, which honestly I think the Rams could beat the Eagles at this point.
Did you have the Dolphins on your list?
No, they're dropped.
Okay, so let me run.
And
this
Lions
back.
are dropped
From
too.
my recollection, yeah. So you left out the Dolphins, Lions, Broncos.
Yep. Packers.
Hackers, although that's fair.
thing.
You have the Seahawks at number 10
Yeah.
and the Bengals. Do you think the Seahawks are better than the Lions and the Dolphins?
Seahawks beat the Lions.
Right.
They beat the Dolphins?
You think they're better than the Dolphins?
I think they
you think
can-
they're
I think
better
they beat 'em.
than the Broncos?
Yes.
I even think that.
I don't.
Well, smokers,
That
let us
is
know.
Just
Maybe if you want instead of
an egregious list.
instead of the
Promise you.
giveaway-
I don't know what to say.
instead of for the giveaway, you know, if you don't want to put your smoking hot take, put whose top 10 list you like the best, and tell me why it's mine.
Dear God.
No
It's
words.
really,
No words.
it's really not that bad. I think it's pretty accurate. I'm gonna take a poll later of some of my friends and see what they think.
Nice.
All right, you got any famous last words, Coop?
Smoking hot takes.
Oh, sheesh.
We have our host skipping a segment almost.
What's going on
I was
here?
ready to wrap up. All right, let's go, K-Dog.
Me?
Oh, okay, he's busy. Coop, you can go.
No,
All right.
I think, yeah, go ahead.
Okay, I'll go ahead. Start off. I kind of implied where I was going with it earlier on, talking about the Commanders versus Rams game. Kind of came up with this one on the fly. I got Sam Howell having a legacy game. At least 3 touchdowns,
You mean a breakout game?
Now, why is
300 yards, 2 of them
Okay,
to
this is-
Terry McLaurin.
Okay, I was gonna say this was pretty cool until that part.
And the third one, I don't think it's going to be Dotson. I think it's going to be Samuel.
okay?
That's my smoking hot
would-
take.
so I
And
would-
the Commanders beat the Rams. Because Commanders sound like Commanders, you know, Commanders over the Rams.
We're really stretching here. You know we're late into a pod if that's what we're pulling out of our butts right now.
That's what I'm going to be singing when I hit this smoking hot take.
Yeah. I mean, I hope it's. I hope that's the case. I have
Good Lord.
in fantasy this week. My worst team. I'm in the losers bracket. I've got Sam Howell and Terry McLaurin. I need this win because the loser. There's only 4 in the losers bracket, and the loser has to run a mile and take a shot for every lap.
Oh, we
And
did that last year.
Dear God,
We did the beer mile.
I don't even know if I can do that. So please. Pray for me. It might be 2 miles actually. It's like I just.
You don't even know if you could walk a mile,
I
huh?
don't know.
What's the
I don't know. They
punishment
might have to
in
carry me.
our league?
I thought it was,
I think it's
for-
a hot chip challenge. You know that one chip?
oh, I
think
thought it
that's
was
what
the beer one.
No, we already did that. That was last year's.
Oh, it's going to be a different one now?
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah. We
'Cause
did
I gotta kind of think of that.
we did the
'cause
beer mile. Yeah, you
my
have a
team's
bye
kinda
in
dookie.
the losers bracket.
That's how that works?
Yeah, you
Ah,
skip to the second round of losers.
Oh wow.
Yikes.
What was I gonna say? Oh, my hot take. So I actually forgot to come up with one until
Professional
this
pod.
very moment right here. So looking through my list of games, I'm gonna go into Cincinnati. Some would say it's a top 10 team. I got the Bengals beating the Vikings. I think we all do. I'm gonna take that a step further and have our favorite quarterback, Jake Browning. I think he's gonna throw 5 touchdowns.
What? What?
All right, can you name them? Where are they going?
Well,
No, that's the 5 is
I'll
enough.
name them for fun.
Okay, 5's enough,
I'll
but
name them for fun, but this isn't going with my pick officially. Don't put this on the record. We'll do 1 to Jamar Chase and 2 to T. Higgins, 1 to Joe Mixon, and 1 to...
How about you just sneak it in?
Drew Sample, maybe?
I was trying to think
UW
of someone
connection?
weird, you know. Maybe that backup running back. What's his name?
Chase Brown?
Chase Brown.
Let's go with that.
I might need to start him then.
Might need to.
Well, if K-Dog says so. All right. My hot take is simple. I'm a simple man. I like simple things. And I like the Seahawks winning by 17 or more.
Oh, my God.
Smoking.
Yeah, Smokin'.
Wow, over the...
Okay, I don't feel like mine's the hottest by any means.
Who's the hottest then?
K-Dogs. Jake Browning, 5 tutties.
I mean, he threw 3 the past, 2 weeks, right?
He threw 1 last week.
This last week he threw 3.
I don't think he did.
I thought he did.
We just talked about this.
Well, I don't recall.
Like in all likelihood, we'll be coming back next week and be like, well, guys, we went 0 for 3.
Well, hold on, now I have a point to prove.
There's no way the Seahawks beat the Eagles by 17.
That's a
All right,
blowout.
split the difference. He
I
threw
hope
2.
so.
17's a blowout. That's 3 possessions.
Yeah.
That's why I picked it. Exactly.
Strong, yeah.
Blowout. That's what I was calling for. Is that hot enough for you guys?
Yeah, that's fine.
Hot enough.
All right, great. Well, I'm gonna be playing this when I'm the first one to hit my Shmokin' out take.
All right.
All right. You guys want to get out of here?
Yeah, let's go.
Gonna say anything to the people?
Nah. Go
do-
enter the contest.
Do the giveaway.
Yeah.
Yeah, do the giveaway. We'll remind you guys next week as well. But the sooner you get in, the better. And yeah, go find something that you like and hope you win it. And we appreciate all the follows, ratings, and subscribe.
And again, if you want any chance of winning the contest, give us 5 stars.
And
maybe $5.
and
We do accept
maybe
bribes.
and maybe if you want extra bonuses, go follow the YouTube and X account.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Maybe we'll say you get 2 enters if you do that or something like that.
And I don't know if we made it clear, but they get to pick whatever they want in the store or what?
I think we said a hoodie, so we could choose one of our.
Okay.
We could do one of our favorite.
Any
designs.
design, but a hoodie.
You guys let us know the design. Well, the hoodie's that's the higher value item,
Yeah.
so that's fine. Unless you really want a T-shirt for some reason, I guess.
And going forward, I am the graphic guy here. If you guys have anything you want me to do, any ideas,
Pooping with Coop.
Maybe any ideas you want to see on a T-shirt or something, just comment and I'll try to make something up.
Yeah, same. I'll help out too.
Also, if anyone wants to be a guest on the pod,
Oh yeah,
always
yeah,
looking for that. We like having.
yeah. Especially if you don't have a team that's already, been had a guest for. We like to have a little more diversity on the pod. So.
Yeah. Sounds great. All right. Well, thanks for tuning in. We'll catch you next time, folks, and we'll see you later. Shmokin'.
Smoking.